Help!
Hey,
Finger
Back.
guns.
Who's ready to die in Bannocbourg?
I made
Put your
it.
hand down, Cody. Put your hand down. Put your
You
hand
made
down.
Oh,
Welcome back, everyone, to Shadows at Twilight, as we have now officially arrived at the goal that we had set out to 4 episodes ago in Bannocbourg. It is going to be a great evening of danger, mayhem, and I have no doubt shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. We're going to go ahead and get rolling, but we've got one thing to do first. And tonight,
Of course.
I am going to muster some chuckles because we're currently sitting here now.
Unless.
We record, ahead, so if you're watching this, the election has already passed.
Oh,
thank goodness.
Not happened for us yet, so I have
God,
a
that's true.
chuckle mustering election joke that I'm going to use right now.
I'm so ready for these
And
godforsaken
And
political
before-
text
before we
messages
do
to
this,
end.
because
We'll see
you
how this
know the
ages.
results and we don't. So to congratulations or I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here it is. What do you call a penguin in the White House?
Danny DeVito?
Well, I don't know,
Lost.
Jared.
Lost.
Lost.
Oh my god, that needs to be the second iteration of the TV show Lost.
Yeah,
It's
that's
about a
the
penguin in the
penguin.
White-
Oh, the
It's a
penguin
penguin.
got in the White House.
It's a penguin.
It's all from
It's a
his
penguin.
perspective.
It's like a child's.
JJ
something
Abrams,
a child's
if you,
book.
if you
Yeah.
want to take that idea,
Yeah.
you can contact our attorney.
Or
okay.
Or
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling, if she wants
Or
to
J.K.
do.
Rowling.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, The Christmas Pig was a great book too.
Yeah, not bad.
Christmas pig. Wow.
All
Really
right, but you weren't here for having your chuckles mustered. You're here for some D&D. So let's go ahead and get into it. Everybody ready?
Yep, I like the
I
not
think
so
so.
subtle dig at Sean, but let's go.
All right, Sean, I love you,
We miss you.
and I miss you.
We do.
Johnny, come back.
Johnny, come back. All right. Okay, so last episode on Shadows at Twilight, our adventurers left from the city of Louvale. Almost forgot there for a second. I had to check the notes. They had left from the city of Louvale, taking their last leg towards the city of Bannocbourg, only for them to discover the horde of Vermithorn, creeping doom, and were able to loot it, getting a ridiculous amount of gold in the
Oh,
process.
yeah, I
and
got my
here's-
retirement fund.
39,700 to be specific.
Our players are now independently wealthy. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
And also some pretty impressive magic items, including Calaray's drinking horn and a
Yeah.
magic rapier called Slither. So then they set out, but before they could arrive at Bannocbourg, Alexa made a pretty startling discovery about
Oh, yeah.
our own sweet, lovely Fleur, who is more than she appears to be, because she's also a thorn, and a pretty high-ranking one at that. So not all seems to be happy-go-lucky with our wonderful little cleric. What else is there to discover? We're just going to have to get into it and find out. But then we ended the session with them cresting the rise and finding the walls of Bannocbourg. So let's go ahead and get some appropriate music here. That's not this.
This is scary.
That's our theme music. All right. So you're currently standing atop the hill looking at the gates. And for as far as you can tell, you can see that there did, in fact, used to be a gate here, but it appears to have been collapsed with and is now blocked with a ridiculous amount of rubble. So, what do you guys want to do?
Anyone been here before?
No.
No, I don't think any of you have ever been. The only ones
I've
The
only
only,
heard
the only one who would
stories.
potentially be old enough to have been here before is Fleur, but that's up to what Fleur whether or not she has been here before or
No.
not.
Did the thorns?
She would have been
give
very
you-
young.
Well,
too.
she wasn't. No, she lived in the forests
Yeah.
alone before all this.
Yeah. Well, did the thorns give you any information about how we're to ingress, or are we just supposed to find that out?
The Thorns told me nothing about this mission, actually. I did not learn what our mission was until Fenwick told us, rather. So, you're as much in the light as I am in this regard. And she's just kind of looking at the great mound, knowing what's to come.
Are there check for any footprints or anything? Has anybody been in and out of this place at all?
You can check.
Okay.
Yeah,
What is that?
I would say that we should try and scope the city. It'll look very odd if a bunch of people start to walk around the mound and don't appear to know where they're going.
And so
Don't-
what all do we look like at this point?
I thought we all.
Well, I believe
activated.
we ended the last episode with Fleur clicking
We
her
did.
pendant. So
Yeah.
she currently looks like a Fleur-sized drow lady.
Yeah, I think we shall. I'm going to do that too. This
Um,
is
If you click it,
Yep.
you get
8 hours.
for 8 hours.
Well,
You look like a flare-sized drow lady, too?
I see what you did there. Versus.
I look like you. Wow,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
No, you
Could
look
do
like
worse.
Personally, I feel like we should wait until we know exactly where we should be going before activating our disguises.
Too late.
We are heading for the rodent tower. First, we need to establish a safe
But we
house. as it
Don't
were.
know how to get into the city
It's in the
Fleur-
southwesternmost parts of it.
Fleur, go ahead and roll a history check for me with advantage. Because seeing as how the person who would have told you these things was hyper familiar.
16.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough. So what you are the gate you are currently looking at, or what used to be a gate, I should say, is the main egress point from this point of the city. So this would have been currently before you would know is the Hallow Hall Tunnel.
Okay.
There is a long, relatively long tunnel that's supposed to be here that leads into the city proper. And then, yes, you are correct. You would remember from the stories that Rabbit told you that the Rodents Tower is in Hallardville, which would be pretty much a straight shot, almost due north from the other side of the Hallow Hall Tunnel inside Bannockburn.
I relay all of that.
But you don't know what that all of Rabbit's information was before the fall of Bannockburn.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no telling what it looks like now.
Right.
And from our best deductions, the primary entries and exits have been closed off, right?
As far as you know, there's nothing that you can see here. What you remember from what Fenwick told you, or for things you have heard about Bannock, because what happened at Bannockburg was pretty much international news. That the city, you were told that when the secret city of Anlaren beneath Bannockburg, the drow city of Anlaren, the city state, if you will, rose up and reclaimed the city of Bannockburg, which it was always in charge of the entire time. It just was a secret. They did so with purple worms, destroyed large portions of Bannockburg, exiled, enslaved, or killed all non-drow, and then sealed the gates. And it would seem that sealing the gates in this instance means collapsing the tunnel.
So we need to find how they get to and from the surface now.
And you're probably about half a mile away from the cliffside,
Mm-hmm.
the cliff face, looking at it. So you feel pretty confident that you're getting a good look at it, and you can scan, see if you can from this distance, but it's going to be a pretty high check. See if there's anything else. You might have to get closer.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't realize we were closer. Yeah, I think so too. But
Yeah.
I have a hard time believing they sealed themselves off. I just have a hard time. I mean, what if they want a mushroom or something? Well, mushrooms they probably have inside. But what if they want something not a mushroom?
Tangent. Now it's not the time.
No, I'm just thinking about how they get in. They've got to be able to get out. I got to believe
Right.
they've got to be able to get out.
I'm sure they do, but I'm sure they also hit it well. And I'm just worried about walking around aimlessly around the city and someone noticing.
Well, you would know that this cliff wall extends pretty much to the tips of this corner of the peninsula too. So there is no walking around it. The primary entrance for the city are not these tunnels. It's actually the bay, the inlet that comes in to Bannocbourg, where the docks were. But on foot, without a ship, that's not going to happen.
Fleur looks over to the side and finds a spot to go sit and arranges some incense and says, I need a little bit. And begins to cast commune ritually.
Okay. Go ahead and ask your questions.
So, in the 11 minutes that lead up to taking off, I didn't know if anyone wanted to talk about anything or should I just
Well, why don't we do this first, and we can retcon anything else in and during that 10 minutes.
Sounds good. So, she takes this time to kind of center, knowing that this is the City of Twilight, and begins to draw up imagery of the moon and says, I'm in great need to find where these shadows can be accessed. Is there a safe way into the city?
So your nostrils fill with the normal smell of roses, a plain rose smell.
Okay.
Maybe in
So
but not safe. Huh?
You potentially seems to be the answer for that.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. She then, she
Is
says,
there another option other than the harbor?
Yeah. Can we see it? Are we facing it?
are there options outside of the harbor for us to infiltrate the city?
A sweet rose smell.
Okay.
And then lastly, she
Pardon.
says, is the Rodent's Tower a safe place for us to create a safe haven for ourselves?
A sweet rose smell.
Smart.
Good question. Yeah.
And she
So-
looks up, like kind of coming out of the incensey daze, and says, oh, you heard all that?
Yeah. Yeah. That's weird.
I am being what you call facetious.
How do you say facetious?
Well, at the very least, that confirms that there is something for us to be looking for out here.
While Fleur was doing that, is anyone proficient in survival?
Yes.
If you are proficient in survival, go ahead and roll a survival check.
Nope. I'm 7. I was looking at my shoes.
Okay.
Trying to
Begins-
follow the road.
If you are
Often and-
proficient, I will also allow a roll if you are proficient in perception.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay, yeah.
Have fun.
Or investigation, whichever one's better.
I got a 7 too.
Well, I don't get another roll. My investigation's much better than my survival.
Actually, I'll let you go ahead and
Okay.
have another roll. That's fine.
Oh, I rolled natural
16.
1.
Get them all out now, buddy.
This is
That's
a
right.
good
Get these out
sign.
now.
This is a good sign.
Yep.
Yay.
It's a
16
good
for my
start.
16 is good.
16 for
That's
my
pretty good.
perception.
How much was it?
16.
16.
16.
Pretty good.
Okay.
As
Um,
Alexa's coughing up along halfway.
There are. You do see muddy, because like I said, there's a road, a ruined road leading towards what used to be the Hallow Hall tunnel. There are muddy footprints. They look like they are maybe they're not fresh, but
They're not
they've only
old.
been here a little bit long enough to not. It was a
washed
short enough
away.
time ago. They haven't been washed away by any rainfall or anything like that, and they are walking away from the gate.
That's a good sign.
All right. Well, and I'll point that out to everybody and says, okay, so maybe they're still using the gate. Maybe they cleared some of the rubble for small parties to egress out of the city.
Is there any mud around? Is there any water around that we see? Where'd this mud come from?
The ground is
No.
broken here.
Okay, so it could have
it's-
been.
It looks like there was. You know what? Actually, Tangent, roll a. Gosh, I wish there was a geology skill. Roll a intelligence.
Draw steel there is.
That's
Yeah,
true.
just okay.
Play draw steel. It's
Oh,
awesome.
now I draw a natural 20, 29.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Okay.
That'll work.
You get the sense, looking at the curve of the road and some heaving parts to it, like, some heaving is normal, because the earth isn't a static thing. It's constantly settling and moving and things like that, and sinkholes and underground water, all that stuff. But looking at it, it's so varied. And you look at you scan the area around it, you get the sense that this area geologically has gone through some pretty serious upheavals. You don't know how long
Maybe
ago,
some giant worms.
but it looks
Maybe.
like there has been a lot of underground activity
Interesting.
here.
Before we get
Wouldn't
to
want to build a
there
summer
into
house out here, is
No.
what I'm saying.
Fleur kind of takes a look around and says, "How much do you know about drow societies?"
Anybody who wants to roll a history check can.
I know somebody said Talk to us-
Tristan, I'm going to say with disadvantage for you.
Not gonna do it.
I
Not gonna do it.
really only know that they're very insular and you
Women
said
run
at
them?
one point they were matriarch.
They
Right.
primarily are matriarchal. So
I got
yes.
a 19.
Wow.
I rolled a 19 plus 0, so I got a 19.
Wow.
Nice. Okay, so you would, Adam, you would know what they just said. Matriarchal society, primarily.
Right.
With the 19, you would know that it is not uncommon for drow to religiously worship the Spider Queen. But with that 19, I'll also let you know that not all drow do.
Okay. So I do remember something about spiders. Not a huge fan personally, but there's a spider queen that a lot of drow worship. Or
Yes. In fact, there is a specific hybrid style creature in which certain drow are more or less cursed, tortured, and infused with spider body parts and become driders is the name. Rather horrifying.
Sounds lovely.
that's exciting.
It's the lower body of a giant spider and the torso up of a drow. Think of a centaur, but nightmare fuel, as we say.
Will.
So,
So-
Fleur, you would know from Rabbit telling you that you don't have to roll for it. She would have just told you, because these were your bedtime stories, basically.
Besties.
That while it is true that drow commonly worship the Spider Queen, in Bannocbourg, there are drow present that worship the Spider Queen, but they are the minority.
Well, at least before the upheaval, we don't know.
You get the sense also too but the matriarchal part still holds.
Right.
Go ahead. Sorry, Andrew.
No, so I love listening to the voice of God.
Don't you fill that head. Fill that head. That's what we need.
Yeah. Just what? Yeah.
Need him in a good mood.
So, okay. Do you guys want to try and approach the gates and just see if there was something there? And if so, what is? I believe Fleur, you said that you spoke Undercommon, right?
We.
All right.
Well, given the ground structure, there very well could be a crack or an opening that we could get through.
Well, like I said, it looks like there was someone who traversed out. I just want to make sure our story is set before we approach the gates.
Oh, okay. Where'd we come from? Why are we coming back in? We're a hunting party or a search party or a yes.
You have the ability to catch us if we fall, don't you not?
Yes, I can do. I can feather fall. Mm-hmm.
How many creatures can you catch in one instance of that spell?
Let me think. Up to 5.
Tangent pulls out a random spell book.
Yeah.
Starts flipping through the pages aggressively.
Yeah. No, we did. I did. Yeah, we can do up to 5. So
we could do some base jumping from the cliffs atop Bannocbourg. Descend in through the docks.
There are
rather
chimney
visible.
holes, but it's a long drop.
Well, I was gonna say, any chance of us getting, some attention doing that?
As long as it's not 600, it's not more than 600 feet. We can do that.
It's more than 600 feet.
Well, then the last part could be really interesting.
We just need to stay together, potentially.
Well, going down a chimney together could be a problem as well.
Right.
Ho ho ho.
Now
the
I can.
harbor, right? We could just.
I
jump
can
off
actually.
Over into the...
I could probably, if we knew there was a tunnel, I might be able to get into it, but I'm not sure how I would get you guys in, and I'm not sure how. I can dimension door into the thing, but we have to know something's there first.
Let's go check out this gate.
You could scout it out and then come back, and then we could dimension door through if you determine that there was somewhere for us to move through.
Yeah, that would be a cumbersome.
You could take one person with you, right?
Yeah, that's true. One person. Yep. But we gotta know there's something there because I did it once and there wasn't a hole there and it hurts.
I am sure.
Yeah.
You get shunted out.
You just, yeah.
Right.
46 force damage is no fun. So.
Yeah, splinched.
Splinched. Yeah. Don't get splinched.
Well,
sorry, that's all credit to J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, really. That's
It's bad, yo.
It's bad.
Ouch.
Well, let's activate our disguises and let's see if we can't scout the way. I just don't want to appear too clueless about how we're trying to get into the city in case that there's anyone watching.
Well, should I act like I know where I'm doing and walk along with detect magic going and just try to see maybe because if there is an entrance, it very well could be a magical entrance.
It could be an illusion.
Right. Something like that.
We could walk together.
Yeah, just act like we're on patrol or something. And
I like it. Patrol of 5.
At the very least.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going
so
up
that
to
we
the
were
gate.
sent out to try and see if we could gather more slaves.
Okay, how are you guys? Are you going under disguise or not?
Yes.
I'm already disguised.
I would have clicked up just to at the very least be relatively synced with the others.
Tristan, Darius, you guys under disguise for this?
I can be a slave if.
Let's not use that card unless we absolutely have to.
Yeah.
That's more hoops to jump through. How about you click that fancy amulet a couple of times?
Fine.
At least this way it lets you keep your weapons for now.
In Tristan's place is a somewhat shorter drow. It's not uncommon for drow to be like it added some height to him. The spell added some height, but it's not uncommon for drow to be 5 foot, 5'2".
Would it not make them like Drugar or something? The dark dwarves.
Darius, are you going under disguise?
Well, Pappy always used to say can't never could. So let's do it.
Gotta write that one down. Another
Clicks the
Yeah, there's actually not a height adjustment for you.
yeah.
It just puts a drow in your spot. Somewhat
Thick drow.
burlier drow than usual.
Yeah.
Thick drow.
Still a drow.
Do I look fat in the solution?
Yes.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Does
No,
the sugar
you
make
look
me
wonderful.
fat? No,
Thank you.
vision makes you look fat.
No.
Darius looks at Tristan and says, "That looks good on you."
The disguise self adds 5 pounds.
How many disguise selves, sir? Okay.
Something
Okay,
stripes.
so you guys
Okay.
go. Let's do. We're not going to put this on a map, but let's do marching order here. So who's where?
I can be up in the front with.
I'll be behind you. Then,
Tangent.
or kind of.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we
well,
would
it's a
walk-
pair.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So
I got
I'll
my
be-
detect magic going on. So.
I'll take up the rear.
Okay.
So we'd be flanked by the 2 women,
Okay. So in the rear is Alexa.
protecting the fragile men.
Okay, and
I'll
then
take-
Darius.
I'll take a position behind Fleur and Tangent.
Okay, so Darius is position 3, and that puts Tristan second to last.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys approach the gates, the collapse gate, and
Oh.
as soon as you get close, it definitely, there's a sense of awe. You're trying to imagine this is the outer. If you think of the cavern that Bannocbourg exists in as an egg, where the city is the yolk, you're looking at the outer shell of that, and it is titanically massive, imposingly massive. And as you get close, you are so overwhelmed by that I'm going to need all of you to roll individual perception checks at disadvantage. All of you.
Go.
I get to add a fat 0 to that.
Nice.
Not bad. 9.
19.
10.
19.
There you go.
Okay.
21.
Nice.
I rolled a 14
There you
and a
go.
17.
Okay.
14 and
Nice.
16.
All right. And
Tangent.
Tristan, would you
Jeff,
go?
you're on. Jeff, you're
Tangent's
muted.
doing great.
Tangent's actually muted right now. This is kind of nice.
Be nice to know what he rolled.
Hey, I heard that.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a
Tristan,
really
what'd you
great
get?
feature. We
Awesome.
I
we
rolled
should
one.
mix.
Yeah. What? Go ahead, Andrew. I'm sorry.
No,
Tristan,
I'll
what'd you get, Tristan?
10.
10. Okay. Jeff?
I rolled a 1 and a 2, so I'll take the 1.
Okay. So the only one that notices this is Alexa.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Alexa, you're looking at the gate. You're impressed by it,
Mhm.
but you're also looking at it critically. You know, your wolf lifestyle has honed certain reflexes and instincts.
picking out the
Yeah.
sight lines and
So like you don't walk into a room without a plan to escape or kill everybody.
yeah.
So you're looking at it like, how do I get in here? What, you're looking at like a place, like you're casing it.
Yep.
So there is the gate itself, or the arch of the tunnel is carved into the stone.
Mhm.
And it's got this beautiful elvish, like lithe, willowy design to it, but it's huge. It's like the size of like a 2-story building.
Yeah,
And
that's cutesy.
yeah, so think what's the name of that arch in France with the roundabout around it?
Fleur
Kind of looks
Triomphe.
Triomphe.
Yeah.
it kind of looks like
Arc de
that,
Triomphe.
but more willowy and spindly.
Yeah, elf-like.
Yeah, and you're looking around it, and it's this huge collapse. I mean, some of these boulders are massive, like just the size of like horses and cows, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like airtight. Like, how are we going to do this? But as you're looking, you notice movement
Hmm.
up at the top of the gate.
Patrol or
Oh.
something?
They are very, you can tell from your own skill appreciation
Someone
of their
is-
stealth skill, of your stealth skills, that they are very well hidden.
Watching.
They are expertly hidden.
I'll kind of lean forward to whoever's in front of me and
That would be
whisper, "There's
Tristan.
Be like, there's movement at the top. They're watching. Pass it forward."
So Tristan leans forward and says, "Movement at the top."
Okay, that would be to Darius.
I'll pass that forward.
Pass it on.
Fleur
Change.
immediately looks up,
Yeah.
and she'll cast Sending while looking at the person after they've been highlighted. And an
You don't see, you can't make out features. You just see kind of like a shadow.
okay.
Like if you hadn't been pointed to it, you would have thought it was just a crevice in the rock or something. But
Okay. Well, in Undercommon, she'll say, "Just getting back. Anything to report?"
there's a hesitation.
Sure.
And then you hear, "Apologies, mistress," but in Undercommon, "Apologies, mistress. But we've had no exits recently. When did you leave the city?"
I will cast it again and say, "I will not be questioned on matters of state that are above your pay grade."
And then the reply comes, "Of course. But you will need to speak to Oram."
One more. And say, "Make it so. Let him know that we are on our way."
So there's a scuffle, and you end up seeing, appearing, 5 drow, all of them armored in leather, armed with longbows and weapons at their side, hoods up against the sunlight out here. They all come up and take position. They're at a ready position. Like, you get the sense as you're looking at them, now that they're showing themselves, they are clearly at rest, but like at a military rest. Like, you get the sense that if they got called into action, they could spring back into an attack instantaneously. And among them, they're at the top crest of the arch. There is a rippling of the air, and a new 6th form appears. He is a very handsome, short white-haired drow with dark purplish skin and glittering silver eyes. He is wearing silk robes in blues and blacks, expertly cut. He has several rings and things on his fingers, and he looks very official. But he walks forward, revealing himself from whatever spell was hiding him.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks down at you and he smirks, specifically at you, Fleur. And roll an insight check.
Okay.
Are we continuing to walk, or are we standing?
I'm assuming you're frozen.
Yeah, we're kind of stopped.
Okay.
You're probably about 50 feet from the gate.
A natural
Okay.
13 for a total of 22.
Okay.
Nice.
He does not seem to be concerned about you at all. He walks forward to the edge of the arch and then takes another step down, like he was taking a step down on a set of stairs.
Okay.
But there's nothing there.
Hmm.
But his foot collides with something. And then he takes another step
No, an invisible
and
stairs.
another step and another step as he, like, casually walking down a very long, tall stairway down to all of you. And when he arrives, he comes forward and looks you all up and down. And he says, cheeky of you, ordering my men around like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was there a question?
Did I ask a question?
Just now you did.
Clever. Who are you? What do you want?
Greyana.
Greyana what?
Markiltlar.
Markiltlar. Well, Greyana Markiltlar. You have the sincere pleasure of speaking to Orem Mar Mayund.
Orem.
That's O''RAM.
I'm assuming all this is an undercommon.
Yep.
Yes.
Sweet. So I can't understand a word that's being said.
What was the house name?
Mar Mayund. MAR''M''Y. How did I spell it?
NYM.
MYUND. Mayund.
Oh, yeah.
Mayund.
Just
Roll a history check with disadvantage.
Okay, not great at that.
'Cause
Wow.
This would have been something pretty niche for a rabbit to tell you.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, you never heard that name.
No. Okay, so she kind of bows her head in this slight nod of reverence.
So as soon as you start to bow your head, like you go down and stop, and he says, lower.
She keeps going. Pardon.
You may continue.
I was not aware that I was addressing the noble of Marmayund.
You weren't aware that I am been assigned as chief of this gate.
I did not necessarily know it was your regimen that I would be addressing.
Honestly, what are they teaching these low-ranking houses? So you want in?
Sorry, it was a teleportation gone awry. We were meant to come into the city, and yet one of my fools, and she just looks back, did not execute the spell efficiently. So we ended up outside of the gates.
That's a
Roll
pretty
a
smart story.
perception check.
mm-hmm.
It's a
Taking a chance.
10 times smarter than the story I would have ever figured out.
Do you want me to roll deception?
Yeah, roll deception. Yeah,
Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
it's okay.
Oh, God.
Oh,
It was on the 19 and then
Of course it was. Of course it was.
It's just a graphic.
I know.
Sorry.
Don't patronize me.
I did. We've had this discussion before. Sorry.
That's why I
Sorry.
said that.
I know. Sorry.
So, you wish me to believe that a drow household, so low ranking I've never even heard of them, has access to a teleportation circle within Bannocbourg.
Not a circle, a scroll of teleportation. That is why it went awry. We went in a different direction of what we should have gone.
Watch your tone, girl.
My apologies.
So he's taking it all in. He looks back at the back of the group and sees the other female standing there. And in Undercommon says, well, let's do it from Alexa's perspective. Alexa, you hear him say something commanding, direct, and expecting. Like he's expecting you to answer to you. Fleur, you would have heard it as, you there, girl. Is she telling me the truth?
Is
Alexa.
Does anybody else speak
I'm-
Undercommon?
I speak it, and I'm standing right next to her, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can
You would have
try
understood him.
to, I can try to either translate or just kind of give her a nudge. in the
Okay,
right
how do you
direction.
want to do this?
So Alexa would turn and bow low and then raise to meet eyes and then like open her mouth and essentially try to convey that she was unable to speak.
Roll a deception check.
Okay. I'm good at deception, guys. It's okay.
Lost my voice.
So that will be a 26.
Woo!
Dang, 'cause that was a high check.
Wow.
Please tell me that's not one of your sisters. And he looks back at Fleur, at Grayana.
Lorinda is one of my consorts. She waits on me.
Not a member of your house, surely.
No. You'll find I'm the only one worthy of speaking to you, and that is barely at all a privilege. I claim it not.
All right, Grayana Mar Kiltlar. Here's what we're going to do. You have exactly 5 seconds to explain to me what you are really doing out here, or I will order the men to fire.
We are returning from the Cozaton region, looking for new pickings for the slavers. Since the disgrace of our house during the rise of Anlarin, and she spits the downfall of this Bannocbourg they spoke of. You know as well as I that my house has been a disappointment to our society. As such, I took it upon myself to try and find new ways of bringing glory to the city-state, to the mothers above. I left without any kind of permission, any kind of orders, merely seeking some sort of means by which to try and bring glory to my matron.
And she would be
She's dead. Zarda Markutlar.
Woo. Sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you guys have now.
No.
Alexa
That was
does.
Jeff reacting, not
Yeah, that was me reacting. Yes,
not
that was-
Tangent.
yeah.
Yeah. We don't have a clue what they're talking about, so it's
By dropping
Mhm.
a drow name without hesitating, roll a persuasion check. It's a pretty high check, but I will give you advantage.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
I mean, I am trying to be
I'll
really
let you pick.
deceptive.
Okay, yeah. All right, good. I'm sorry. I meant deception.
I'm better-
Deception. Deception, huh?
Deception.
21.
Through your teeth.
21.
It was a 20.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
That was
Through by the
awesome.
skin of our teeth.
Oh.
oh golly.
He looks you up and down. Fine. Seeing as how you don't have any slaves with you, I'm assuming this job was a bust.
Yes, it was.
Very well. You may go back inside, but the next time you try to lie to me, you will not deal with my men. And then he turns and walks towards the gate with the crumbled, the caved in, and he waves a hand,
Disappears.
and there
Yeah.
is rocks, certain stones begin to glitter with an otherworldly light surrounding them, like some sort of force is affecting them at some fundamental level. And then they begin to move forward and float. And slowly, as they arc through the air, as if they weigh nothing at all, they come forward. And he turns to you and he says, "You will deal with me."
I understand, Your Eminence.
Now be gone. I grow tired of these conversations. And he moves out of the way and like
She just waves her hand
puts his hands
forward
in
to the rest of the
front
group.
Okay, first off, Tristan, go ahead and roll a Arcana check.
I'm not
With
great at
advantage.
that.
I'm sorry, not Tristan. Tangent with an Arcana check with advantage because you saw him. You saw his semantic gesture.
26.
Yeah, that was graviturgy magic.
Interesting. Graviturgy. Whoa.
I love me some graviturgy.
You're crossing realms here. This is cool.
It originates
That was
with the
pretty
drow.
powerful.
Yeah, it was a draw. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Graviturgy magic. You get the sense that this Oram Marmayan guy is
Real.
the real deal.
So we're probably pretty happy we didn't have to fight our way through the city gates.
Do you think?
The rest of you, because Tangent, you were so impressed intellectually with the magic. The rest of you, roll a perception check, because there is a smaller tunnel
Yep.
behind those rocks. Open. Two.
21.
Oh,
Yeah.
22, finally.
22 for Tristan, 21 for Fleur.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alexa?
Nothing good.
Okay. So Darius and Alexa, you're just kind of freaked out by what you just saw.
Yeah, that's some
I mean,
real magic.
the guy picked up boulders with his mind powers. I mean, and
Yep.
he and shook him like a dog. But you do look to the tunnel ahead. You feel a sense of trepidation. There is light in the tunnel. It's dim light. It's not bright, but there's a kind of a glow, but there's also what looks to be some kind of purplish mist or fog on the air. Tristan and Fleur, you look at that fog, and especially Fleur at the head of the group. There's something unsettling about it.
Okay. Try and give it a wide berth.
It's filling the tunnel.
Oh, good.
Yay.
I'm
Do you
holding
keep walking?
I'm gonna. We have no choice.
Let me see here.
Didn't you have detect magic up?
Yep.
Tangent?
Yep.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had the whole time. Yeah, it was up to 10 minutes. Yeah, as long as we got it within the 10 minutes.
You detected magic, so you would have detected magic near where Oram was hiding.
Oh yeah.
You detected no magic from the rocks.
Right.
Yeah.
You just moved
But
them.
as soon as they opened the tangent, that fog is very
Magical.
Like it's
What school?
Yeah.
You'd have to. Does it tell you the school?
Yeah.
Does
Sure.
it tell you the school?
Yep.
Yeah.
Enchantment.
Gosh.
Okay.
We're trying to infiltrate. We're trying to lie our way through Fort Knox.
Yeah. I cast Bless, and I'm gonna hit.
What are the components of bless?
Bless.
Is it verbal or semantic?
Yeah. It's going to be verbal and semantic.
At least.
So roll a stealth check for me,
Okay.
knowing that Oram is standing there watching you walk.
11. Great.
So as you try it, he says, "What are you doing?"
Stretching.
Deception check.
Oh, gee.
Casting a spell, you idiot. Of course.
Oh, wow. You're doing good on the.
Okay.
Do you plan on going inside at all?
Yes.
She steps forward.
You've really wasted enough of my time already. If you're not going to go in, you can stay out here and deal with me. It's up to you.
All right.
And she just nods and walks into it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my breath as I walk in too.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
I don't have to breathe,
Okay.
so
Ditto.
yeah.
Are all of you holding your breath?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
I
Oh,
I
it's
probably-
interesting.
I probably-
The song for this little section is called Decisions.
Great.
probably
Okay.
not, because I was just blown away by the magic that was.
Yeah, Darius and Alexa would not have.
Yeah.
I mean,
Noticed
you're
it.
you're
Yeah.
you're,
I
you're,
probably
you're not
noticed it,
weirded
but I
out by
probably
it. It's like,
didn't-
oh,
I
that's
didn't-
goofy looking.
Yeah.
It's like you're not reacting to it that way. It's like you're seeing dry ice fog in a haunted
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
I mean,
It fits.
so I would say that you guys probably don't hold your breath, but I'll allow Tristan and Fleur and Tangent to hold their breath if they so choose.
Yeah, I do.
Please and thank
Okay.
you.
Yep.
So you guys walk in. Darius and Alexa freely breathing it in.
Mm-hmm.
There is a shuffle as the stones floating in the air behind you begin to move back into place. And as you hear Oram curse and undercomment under his breath like amateurs. Once they're sealed, there's still dim light. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust. the fog is not. It's not thick. It's not like smoke. Like it's opaque. You can see probably 100 yards ahead before it fades out into nothing. Right. It doesn't seem like the nature of this fog is very visually, offers much visual impediment.
Mm-hmm.
And then after longer, it kind of opens up, and there's just kind of like you can see pretty much down the tunnel, but it's just kind of got this haze to it, right? Tristan and Alexa, or excuse me, Darius and Alexa. I need wisdom saving throws from both of you.
That's great.
Cool.
Thanks so much.
6.
Oh wow.
That too.
Well, it's
No,
not for
you don't
Tristan.
have to,
Tristan,
Cody.
you don't have to. It's
You don't
me.
have to because you were
Well,
holding
Tristan
your
doesn't.
breath.
You said
You're
my
holding.
name.
I said.
Yeah,
He meant me.
changed it.
Okay, Darius,
Yeah.
sorry, not Tristan. You're holding your breath.
Stop confusing me.
Sorry.
All right. I'm
on
gonna
one second, let me
use.
write these
I'm gonna
down.
use Indomitable to re-roll a saving throw that I probably failed. I rolled a.
Okay.
You know
I rolled
what?
a
I
7.
also have Indomitable, so I'm gonna roll that too because I rolled a 5.
Hey, I rolled the same thing that time.
I rolled a 6, so much better.
Well,
7.
I rolled a lot better though. So
I'm glad you did.
I rolled a 21 now.
I rolled a
Okay.
7.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark that
plus
off.
1. Yeah,
Okay. What'd you roll?
7.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Mm.
You're breathing it in.
Yep.
Cool.
Tristan, how long do you feel like you can hold your breath?
According to the rules of D&D, a long time probably.
Yeah, let's see. You want? I don't know the exact rules for how long because I think it's different from character to character, isn't it?
Yeah, it's based off of like your constitution and
What's your Constitution score?
17.
Pretty good. 5. I'm gonna Google it. Googling in real time.
I'm pretty sure you get a minute plus another
That's the
minute for
rules,
each
yeah.
of your modifier for your Constitution.
yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So
what's your-
minimum
so you're a plus
minimum
3.
I have a +3. Yeah.
So you can hold
So
your breath for
4 minutes.
At a walk, this tunnel is longer than 4 minutes.
Run. Well, then you use your prayer.
So how long can you hold your breath, Fleur?
Only 3.
It's filling the whole tunnel.
Okay.
Can we see the end of it?
Yeah, now you can. It took a minute for your eyes to adjust. Tangent,
kind of
detect
out of-
magic is still up, correct?
For 10 minutes. It was from
It is overwhelmingly magical. Like it's giving you a headache.
Are we still in sight of the entrance?
Yeah.
Or are we kind of?
I'm assuming you guys are walking at a normal pace.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're probably about 20 feet down the tunnel. This is a long tunnel. You cannot see where it terminates. You can see.
Can I tell if the gas is gone at a certain point? You can't tell that probably looking through it. You can't. Okay.
No, you can't. You can tell it's on the air. You can see it. It's giving a purple haze to your vision.
Okay. As far as I can see in this tunnel. So, okay.
Hmm. I will. Is Darius acting in any kind of way that would tell me that something's up?
Nope.
Probably starts whistling.
I mean, he's singing show tunes for some reason.
Yeah.
Hello, my honey.
Interesting.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my gal.
I feel great, guys.
So what are you guys gonna do? You just gonna keep walking, or are you
Keep
gonna
walking.
hurry it
I'm
up?
following the
We'll
people in
hurry.
front
Yeah,
of me.
well, can we hurry? Can we?
Can.
Sure.
Well, she kind of looks at Tangent and says, starts sputtering. Then you're gonna see like wind.
Yeah. All right. I toot and
I toot, yeah.
yeah, I don't.
I
have,
cast pass gas.
That gust of wind, or
Yeah, I don't have a gust of wind spell. Yeah.
Is
Gotcha.
that a second
Gotcha.
level spell?
Let's see. Most of them require. I guess I could breathe out.
Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out.
to be fair, Alexa and Darius look fine.
You guys feel normal.
Yeah.
Both of you feel normal.
Right. Just walking through magical mist.
That's all right.
Yeah. What are you guys upset about? What?
Magical mist.
It's a new band name.
Yes.
There's
Magical
some kind
mist.
of magic fog in this room, and I'm not exactly sure what it's going to do to us.
Oh dear.
Well, you're talking now, Fleur. So are you breathing?
I know. Well, I mean, I have no other choice. I can't.
Okay, so
Can't
go ahead,
not
and roll,
breathe at a certain
go ahead and
point.
roll a wisdom saving throw. If you're talking, you're breathing. And Tangent, I know you're
Right.
holding your breath, but if you're
Yep.
talking, you're
Oh,
breathing.
No, I didn't say anything.
Bro.
Wait, I said it through metagaming, and I shouldn't have done that. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm assuming she asked for a gust of wind, and you went. Tristan, you still holding your breath?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold mine as long as possible.
All right.
28.
Okay. You feel
You
fine?
guys feel like this is the red button he wants us to be really scared about, and it's like
Right.
it's just not connected to anything behind
Yeah.
the scenes.
That or this is where the campaign ends.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Either or, either we're fine
So I'm assuming you
We're
guys are
already
walking.
dead.
What speed are you guys walking at?
relatively quickly,
Okay.
like maybe a
So-
jog now.
You get
Small
down
walk.
to.
Yeah,
You get,
I'm all.
Kristen, you hit the 4-minute mark. Your lungs are screaming. I'm going to need you to make a choice. You can breathe, or you're going to start taking damage.
It's a wisdom save.
One
Yep.
of us.
It's a good.
I guess I'll go ahead and take my chances taking a,
Okay. Wisdom
taking a
saving
breath
throw.
then. No, okay. I didn't do when you called my name earlier in error. I rolled a 2, so
Now you get to roll again.
I get to roll again,
Yeehaw.
Hey.
and I got a sub 5.
Oh, no! You're right up there.
What's happening?
Oh,
I'm sorry. Fleur, you can go. I mean, you passed, but you can go ahead and roll again because you would have technically have advantage on this for being a half elf.
Oh, well, okay.
What'd you roll? 28?
20. I rolled it. I did it again.
Oh,
Oh my
wow.
gosh. Yes.
2 teens.
God doesn't want me to have it.
Wow.
It's okay. It's all right. Tangent, how long can you hold your breath? I know it's like hours, right?
No, indefinitely. I don't need to breathe.
Definitely.
That's
Nice. At
I
least
have-
one of us is going to be.
Okay.
I have air
I will allow
within
you
me.
to do that.
Wait, someone
Unaffected.
drop a bean.
Well,
But
that,
you, just so you know, you cannot talk
Yep.
unless you
I-
breathe.
I will not.
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
No, if I breathe out, well, I guess I don't have. Can I breathe out without
breathe out
breathing in?
what?
I'm full of air.
Inner wind. Okay, so you guys keep walking.
That's what you guys keep telling me.
After about 10 minutes.
Wow.
This is a tunnel.
This is a tunnel. Fleur goes, I think the poison is affecting Tenjin. He hasn't spoken yet.
I know sign language.
Poison.
Sorry.
Put
Do you?
poison.
I'm sitting there
Oh,
going,
you're right, Kaya. Just so that you know, that doesn't mean they know sign language.
no, I know. No, I don't.
Quick,
know
he's
sign
screaming his hands off.
language. Yeah.
So you
Hey.
finally come.
I will say if Brendan's right, if it is actually poison, I have advantage against poison and advantage against being poisoned.
I
But
also
it's-
have
but
those
it's just-
same advantages.
It's an enchant.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So throwing that out there.
I will let you do this. Actually, not yet. No, I'll save. I'll save that.
Never mind.
Because you'll need a little bit more information. So you are walking, you're going to be walking total for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Do you need to be able to talk to identify something?
The spell?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd have to do it. I'd have to cast it ritually. Identify is, yeah, I have to have, yeah.
Then never mind.
Yeah, I can't do
Okay.
anything.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check though, while we're
Okay.
walking, because you did find out the school.
Yeah, well, only a 14.
Yeah, nothing.
Dang.
So you finally come to the end of the tunnel, and
Do we still look like drow?
Oh, good.
Okay, good.
Like-
That was the one thing I had. I was fearful.
I'm not that evil.
Yeah.
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 Okay,
Time will tell.
so you come.
Are we seeing anybody
No, it's
ahead
empty.
of us? Okay.
It's empty, but you do finally come to. Why won't it let me share sound? I'm hitting share.
Because you're
you
already
are.
sharing
You are.
sound.
Okay, so all right, so finally you come to the exit of the tunnel and you step out.
Are we still seeing any mist at this
It's
point?
still a purple haze.
Okay.
Like you can see relatively clearly,
Okay.
but there's like
The
purple at
rain
the
is
edge
gone?
at your vision. The fog is still here, and you
How
come
far into the tunnel does it extend after we like reach the end of the
the
walkway?
whole way.
Into the city? Okay.
So you crest out the exit and lay eyes on Bannockbourg for the first time. Now this is the best I could do. It's not exactly right, but it's close.
Okay. All right.
You guys see that? Do it.
Nope. Not yet.
Screens, boom, cha.
Oh.
Now something's happening.
Oh.
Before you rise the ruined city of Bannockbourg. So as you cross in to see the ruined city of Bannockbourg, Bannockbourg was at one time considered to be largely one of the wonders of Bulgaria, a place of culture, learning, worship of Kamaria, trade, the arts. The City of Twilight was a very beautiful place, not a necessarily safe place, but a place of high culture and comfort and wealth. What you see before you can only be described as post-apocalyptic. It is as if someone has come along with a massive, divinely huge postal digger and stuck it down into the ground and dug out the earth where entire city blocks are now just open, gaping wounds in the ground. And from that ground, billowing like an industrial chimney, is thick purple fog filling the entire cavern.
Wow.
The buildings are ruined. There are people. What freestanding structures are left are not without damage. It is impressively awful how terrible this city is. Fleur, for you in particular, hearing Rabbit talk about how beautiful and wonderful Bannockbourg could be, you feel a dagger in your heart, seeing what has become of your best friend's birthplace. The people that you see, the drow that you see many, many drow. They are lowborn, dressed not as nice as you are in your illusion, mulling about, going about their business, treating it like it's everyday occurrence for them, breathing and talking normally. Here in this section of the city, you do not see much more than drow, except for maybe a few non-drow, who you assume would be slaves. However, while they are clearly obeying and answering orders, they wear no chains. You see one slave come up to a low-ranking drow and say, "Tea is ready, mistress." To which her mistress turns and says, "Oh, it's about time. I think Olam will be joining us. Set another plate. Yes, without hesitation. Yes, mistress. And the human turns and goes back inside the structure. Even the low-ranking drow seemingly have slaves here.
How is the human dressed?
Like a slave. She is wearing normal slave clothes, but no chains, no binds of any kind.
So Darius sees that, and he doesn't speak Undercommon.
The woman spoke in common, and
did she?
The drow answered in common.
Oh, okay. Well, then, especially then, after they kind of walk away, you guys probably hear the snap of a couple of knuckles as Darius kind of clenches his fists at his side. He doesn't touch Pappy. He doesn't remove, from the loop on his belt, but he saw that and was affected by that.
Alexa will reach out her hand and just put it on his shoulder and give it a couple of pats and slight shake of the head.
You're okay. Just to be clear, you are Alexa. You are breathing normally in here. You feel no effects.
Correct.
Okay.
And he'll just watch the two walk off. And
okay. Before we do that, so you told him no, correct? Alexa?
I didn't say anything. I just put my hand on his shoulder and kind of shook head.
Which communicates the word no.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that, right?
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing here to our boy Darius.
Darius, do you listen to her?
I don't see her. I only have eyes on the... Like, I would feel the hand on my shoulder, but I would just have eyes on
which you would have subconsciously took as
comfort. Yeah.
The sense in which she meant it was,
oh, okay,
don't do that.
Right.
Do you intend on stopping?
On stopping, just clenching my fists, or
not doing that again, not reacting emotionally to seeing that again?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best to control myself for now.
So you guys keep walking.
Just kind of breathe out just sigh, and just kind of move on.
So tangent. Go ahead, Tristan.
Am I feeling any effects?
You don't feel any different.
Okay,
I will tell you this.
Hey, tangent,
there is a smell. There is a smell associated. You can really smell it now that you're in the cavern, right? You're now on the streets of Bannocbourg itself. This smell is very pleasant. Let's see. Everybody except Tangent, because he is still holding his breath. Roll a insight check.
So great. I'm actually proficient at that, but it's only a +4.
11.
Natural 1.
Anybody who beat a 10, tell me.
Get rid of that now.
Yay!
I mean,
Natural 2. 11.
12.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So Alexa, Fleur, and Tristan, you're able to pick out the individual scents of this fog. The smell is a combination of lavender, citrus, and eucalyptus. It is very pleasant.
Eucalyptus.
My nasal passages feel so much more open now. It's like I can breathe.
But Tangent, I am gonna need you to do something for me. Upon seeing that gaping hole in the earth, it's not like a big hole and then in the center there's a little bit coming up. Think industrial. This stuff is pumping out into the air.
Gosh.
Go ahead and roll another Arcana check for me.
Oh gosh. So this is how they control all their slaves.
Natural 20 to 29.
Okay. So clearly, this mist has been created using the Enchantment School of Magic. You would imagine that because of that, you're not sure of what the effects are, but you would be surprised if they were not psionic in nature. The mist is magical in both nature and origin, likely created through the use of a very powerful spell, but most likely a magic object on this because it's industrial, right? This creation would not only require a very high level spellcraft, but also exceptionally detailed alchemical expertise and apparatus that would allow them to not only be generated on an industrial level, but you wouldn't be surprised if they were able to even modify it to the whims of whoever is controlling the production. So, where are you guys going?
Isn't that lovely? Well,
Yeah, I'm definitely paying attention to the guys to see if they act. I'm not saying anything, obviously.
But you are not breathing.
I'm not breathing.
Yeah.
Which they're loving. I know this is probably the best.
We
Found
should
a
have
way to
more
shut
often.
him up.
Let's do
I
this.
like it.
Let's do this. Fleur and Alexa, don't roll a wisdom saving throw. Just roll a wisdom check. Just like a flat roll with your wisdom modifier.
Sure, it's the same for me. Oh, natural 20 for a 23.
Nice.
10.
Alexa. This actually makes sense that Alexa would get this. Because I'm assuming that Alexa has experimented with psychotropic drugs before.
At some point, when amongst friends, after a good job,
Psychotropic
trying to forget the
hallucinogen.
horrors of the people facing her.
Alexa, did
You
ayahuasca?
feel something. You don't feel any effects. You don't feel high. You don't feel like euphoric at all.
You haven't been launched out of a cannon yet?
No.
Not yet. That comes later.
But you do feel something nagging at the back of your mind that you're having to consciously keep out.
Cool. And just as a point, since we kind of set the precedent that Alexa can't speak and she wants to keep up that appearance, just in case anyone else was like asked to follow our group through, I'll sign in Thieves' Cant to Fleur as like, we need to keep moving. So
Agreed.
Tangent, I will allow you. Okay, just to be clear, you can. I want to be clear with you. You can identify this, but you're going to need an opportunity to do so because you have to speak. Okay, so I'm assuming we're heading for Hallardville.
Yes.
Okay, so you travel north.
Oh, excuse me, Jared. If I see anywhere where I don't see the gas,
No.
it's just everywhere. It just permeates. Okay.
Yep.
I have to see if we can get into a high tower, maybe.
Well, Darius
Roll
thinks
an
to,
intelligence check.
Sure, I'm real smart. Well, 19.
The whole cavern is full of this stuff.
Okay, never mind then. Fine.
Darius will be thinking about it a little bit after watching the slave girl and the drow walk away, and might look at the group and be like, well, it actually might be pretty easy to find Cal.
I doubt that.
Well,
He's
easier
not a
than
slave, he's a prisoner.
I mean, what's the difference? But sure.
Quite a few in drow society. She's looking around, making sure that there's no one listening in on their not undercommon
Yeah.
conversation.
You do pass several slaves of different races. None of them make eye contact with you guys because you all look like drow.
Mhm.
They all
Mhm.
cross the street. They all make way for you. They all nod respectfully. They do not make eye contact. You see several drow. Go ahead.
The only note with all of obviously picking up on the cues of the city, the slaves and stuff not making eye contact. I am keeping a sharp eye out for anyone tailing, following, or like tracking us in any kind of way. Outside of like
Sure.
hey, that's just a group of people moving through.
You get the sense that you have successfully maintained a cover in here. Like you're not
Okay.
sticking out.
Okay,
You don't feel inconspicuous at all.
that's good.
But keeping an eye out is probably a good idea. So as you're walking, it takes you a little bit. You're making your way over to Hallardville. You pass through kind of, okay, so like imagine there's like this arm, almost like this chunk where that you're currently in, and then there's the main cavern up here. Hallardville is another chunk, like you have to go around the rock face and curve back into it. As you get into the main center chamber, like the big chamber, you see more holes and you see more pillars of purple smoke.
Jeez.
There's purple fog being pumped out into the air. You see drow just kind of going about their business. You have not seen any businesses. You have not seen shops, taverns, restaurants, anything. This basically is what used to be Bannocbourg is now a shanty town.
Wow.
The whole thing. 500,000 people used to live here.
That's a ghost town.
Yeah. The world's biggest ghost town that people are still living in. The drow here some drow that do see you, they look at your clothes and assume you're more closer to nobility or at least higher ranking socially than they are. And they make eye contact with you, but they don't get in your way. They assume that you have a mission and you're going where you need, because you're dressed a little nice.
Yeah.
But these drow aren't dressed very nice. They're commanding slaves and doing things. You're making your way over to Hallardville until finally, you hear a voice in Undercommon. Darius, you don't speak Undercommon. But you mentally, you can pick up on like what something means just from the tone. Tristan and Fleur hear somebody say directly, but politely in Undercommon, you there, stop.
Look slowly. Slow down a little bit.
Okay, I need to know if Tristan and Darius stop.
I'm following Fleur's lead, so whatever she does, I'll do.
Yeah, that's me too. I'm following the other people.
I don't understand necessarily what they're saying, but...
Well, you got the sense that they did not want you to go any further. So you guys stop, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Not to want to ruffle cause any waves. So
a male drow, nicer dressed than you've seen, but still not very nice, comes up to Fleur, who's at the front, and gets close and says, "Oh, in Undercommon, mistress, my apologies. I thought you were someone else." And then he looks you kind of over.
Well, you've stopped me. What is it that you need?
Oh, forgive me. Do you happen to have any news from the Undercity?
He asked for what?
The news from the Undercity.
Oh. I suppose it depends on what exactly you're looking for. Economic, cultural?
He looks around. I heard that. Forgive me, but I heard that House Mardoir was taking interviews for potential new members, and I was hoping. Forgive me if I'm being too forward, but I was hoping that you might be able to point me in the right direction.
House Mardwar is doing interviews for new members. They are grafting family members into their house. Where did you hear this nonsense?
Well, I mean, it's all over the city. I'm surprised you actually haven't heard anything. But I mean, it makes sense. I know that them being House Mardwar and all, being the. He looks like he wants to say more, but he's afraid to.
You already have my attention. Speak plainly.
He's looking. He's kind of, okay. Roll an insight check.
Sure.
He's looking you up and down. He's looking all of you up and down.
12.
He's checking to see that's high enough because this guy he's wearing his heart on his sleeve. You get the sense that he is checking to see if you are Mardwar yourself.
I do not belong to the established, esteemed House Mardwar. I belong to a lesser house.
Do you say that sarcastically like that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So he says, "Oh, yes. Augur be good. Yes. They
Augur
he
be
said,
good."
You and Tristan both heard him say that. With them falling out of favor, the rumor is that the Grand Matriarch is thinking of starting over.
Why would you need to start over?
Seeing as how, I mean, one of them betrayed Anlaren.
Oh goodness, we're still talking about that? That's such old news.
Recovery.
Yes. Forgive me, I've wasted your time. And he turns to leave.
No, wait.
And
Before you do,
he turns around. I am Galeron.
What did you say?
Galeron.
Galron?
Houseless. Forgive me. I work in the markets.
Galron, it makes sense. I cannot blame you for.
I've met Mistress. I have done so much with what little I have. They're actually considering promoting me to auctioneer, and if I can, I know that if I could just get the Grand Matriarch to consider, she would be hopefully impressed with my rise so far. And I just know all I need is an opportunity to prove myself. I don't want much. The lowest grand house would be more than I could ever hope for. Even a smaller house, even one of maybe a middle ranking lower house would forgive me.
No, there's nothing to forgive. You are ambitious, and that should be rewarded. Good for you. If, pray tell, I am in the lower city and I happen upon the Mistress Mardwar, I will pass your name on to her, Galron.
Roll an insight check.
You bet. God, another 12.
Yeah. He says, "You are most kind. Do you need any assistance?"
Are there any shortcuts further into Hollardville? My feet tire.
Hallardville. Yes. And he kind of looks like he wasn't expecting you to say that.
Okay.
If you go down 2 blocks down this street and hang a right, it will put you on Black Silk Road, which is the main thoroughfare for Hallardville. It'll take you to the center of the district.
You have my thanks.
Augur be with you. And he turns around.
And with you.
You've heard Augur before.
I have. The augur knows all.
So
Lovely
you
little
guys,
phrase.
It was the tree inscription.
on the road.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the new
Roll
controlling
a.
factor.
Fleur, do you have religion?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a religion check at disadvantage.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh, 22 though.
10.
Not even
Oh.
nowhere close.
No.
Never heard of it. Okay. So you're walking. The fog is still present here in Hallardville. Fleur, you're leading them through, and you honestly can't help yourself. Now that you're in Hallardville and you know you're here, it's like you're walking through a bedtime story.
Right. I still
Nightmare.
think she has the wherewithal to understand that she has to be cold, hard, and calculating.
You stop and ask a couple more questions until finally another drow. You're kind of you're getting the sense that, okay, they're going to assume that I'm at least a low-ranking noble if
Right.
I'm wearing clothes this nice,
Right.
because literally no one else is.
Right.
Until finally one of them says, "Oh, yes, just 1 block over." And you go over, and in the center of this block, facing the street, is a 4-story building that looks like it was at one time under construction, but now is scorched, burned. The roof.
14.
12.
12. Jeff, you're muted.
It's because I'm not saying anything.
Touche.
It was a 4.
A 4.
I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to figure this out.
You're taking it all in.
Yeah.
Where? And you're just going over in your head the details of what you heard.
Yeah.
And you're going, is this it? Is this it? And then you look down in front of you. The street here is dirt.
Yeah.
There is not far from the edge of the building, in the dirt, there is a divot, like something scooped out a chunk in a circular area. And then you realize this is where it happened.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, she can't help but let out a little bit of a smile. And she begins to walk towards the tower.
All right. So as we arrive at the Rhodes Tower, we're going to take a break.
There we go.
welcome back to the consequences of our choices. Okay. Now, so there you are, all of you on the street, standing in front of what appears to be the Rodent's Tower.
Yep.
So, what's the plan here, guys? Now you understand that this place, before whatever happened to it, it looks like there was at least a big fire, but it wasn't finished when the fire happened. So this might be a shelter of some kind, but it's not going to be comfortable, nor is it going to be airtight, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but is
I don't
anywhere airtight at this point? It's better, less likely that anyone's going to be around. I hand sign to Fleur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Fleur says, my commune spell did also inform us that this would be a safer option for us.
Okay.
So,
So we going in?
yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
Following
So
the
you
lead.
you climb over some rubble. You come
And
into
Cal's
the room.
there. No.
Surprise!
Solved it quick.
Interestingly enough, technically though, there is someone in here.
Oh.
Because you come in to the main room. It looks like there would have been walls probably at some point, interior walls. It's a big open space. But you see a lot of rubble. You see over to your right, you see what is apparently a stairwell going up. And to the back of the room, catching your eye, to your left, you see rubble like collapsed. But past that, you see what appears to be a large beam jutting out and burnt, but you can't see what it's jutting out from. Unless you go around the that angle of the rubble.
Oh, I'm going.
So you go.
I was going to say,
And
Darius
just
is
as
going to case the room just to.
Yeah. Just as you expect, Fleur, there is a charred skeleton pinned to the wall by a pretty big beam.
And she goes, oh, no way.
Oh, look, she's been impaled.
She was super impaled.
I always thought she
Oh,
made
and,
up this pout, but holy
Roll a
freaking
perception
crap.
check. Roll a perception check.
Alexa's checking out on the street
9.
again and casing the street.
Okay. It's not a high check because you're taking in all the details. The right femur has a crossbow bolt sticking out of it.
Dang.
So
I
yeah.
can identify her.
Yep.
I was an adventurer like you until I took an arrow to the knee.
To the femur. Okay, Alexa, are you circling the whole building? Or...
Yeah, I'm trying to like kind of set up like a base perimeter, what everything looks like.
So you go around back. So
Mhm.
like in the space between this building and the building behind it.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good alleyway there, pretty wide one.
Mhm.
And then you see something on the wall, like painted on like the face. Like there's some more completed external wall here.
Mhm.
And you see something like big graffiti that you can't quite make out.
Okay. I go over to it and try and get a better view, or
You back up, and in big red letters, in common,
oh,
it says, "The Ashened Wolf lives." You have heard the name Ashened Wolf before.
no. Who would that be in reference to, just to make sure that Andrew understands it?
Mardigan. That's a Mardigan reference.
Okay,
Mardigan's the
okay,
Ashen.
okay. I thought, but
Yeah.
you know,
Gonna double check.
Yep.
For the audience's
I'll
sake.
kind of walk inside and gesture over to Fleur.
Oh, she perks right up.
Yeah. Yeah, and you see it.
Okay. She's like,
This is wild.
Does this appear to be like more recent or like a
Yeah. Yeah, like it's fresher red paint than the char of the building. Like clearly this was done after the building was put out.
So I'll signal to Fleur as it looks like there may be a resistance in the city.
Fleur kind of goes pale.
Something wrong?
Not necessarily.
She kind of can't stop looking at it, and then like looks over.
Sorry, what did you say?
Something wrong?
I don't know yet. But when I do, I'll let you know. Good job, by the way, back there. Your instincts were spot on. I'm glad you didn't say anything.
Would have been. She signs again. Still, she like as long as there's like a chance that anyone might even be looking at them, she's sticking to the cover story. And she signs back as. What other choice did I have?
Your instincts were spot on.
And she'll kind of go back inside. Also, Jared, just as a note, she's kind of trying to find like potential like quick ways to where she might be able to climb up to the roof.
Okay. This building is not the most structurally stable.
Yeah, but like maybe the buildings around.
Yeah, there's some distance between them.
Okay. That
You're
would
not
be-
getting the sense that there was an overabundance of city code planning here in
That's
Hallerville.
Yeah.
Basically they kind of just put buildings wherever they wanted to.
Yeah.
You think you probably could. Now, did you go inside at all?
What?
Did you go inside at all?
But like quickly, and then I started
So
gazing
you would have
outside.
seen the stairwell. The stairwell was
Yeah.
clear.
Okay. She's starting to try and find a place to maybe set up for Overwatch.
Okay. Yeah. But you're pretty sure either internally or externally you could probably get to the roof.
Okay.
I'm assuming the rest of you are kind of just checking the building out and searching
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Yeah, Darius will kind of gingerly test the stability of the building a little bit, just kind of pressing against the walls a little bit, just to.
The stairs were on fire at one point, and so were the beams of the building. But there was a lot of stone in the construction too.
Okay.
So it looks like you don't think, as a dwarf, I'll just give this to you. You don't have to roll.
Yeah.
You get the sense if it was going to collapse, it definitely would have done it by now.
Okay.
It probably wouldn't need too much coaxing to collapse
Right.
if someone decided to help it along.
Right.
But as long as you don't do anything overtly stupid, you think that this
Right.
thing is probably going to keep standing for a while.
Okay.
Oh, guys, let me.
Yeah.
What you're saying is
Fireball.
don't plant
Oh.
a bean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elect to shoot that thing.
As we're searching the house or the building, everybody roll a investigation check.
Let's see if I can get a third one in a row.
Yeah.
Not great.
I got a 14. Wow, that's
I got a
pretty good for
15.
me.
Yeah.
I got a
16.
7.
Right.
15?
Investigation plus 0. So I did get a 1. I got an 11. I got 2 1s in a row. So I guess.
Who got a 15?
I did. Somebody else did, right?
16.
16.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
fun.
Okay, so you're able to. The stairs are treacherous because they were mostly wood, but
Right.
there's not much left of them. But with some clever acrobatics and athletics checks, which I won't make you roll, you're able to ascend to different floors. On the second floor, you find a couple things. First off, with that 16, Fleur, you find 2 skeletons on this floor.
Oh no.
One is clearly human.
Okay.
It is burnt black. Both of them are burnt black. But this one is... The human skull is split and its jaw is missing. The second skeleton you find is much smaller. Most likely a dwarf or a halfling, but pretty small for a dwarf if it's a dwarf. And it is surrounded by rather large pieces of shattered glass.
Fleur is just awestruck.
You also find a hole in the ceiling of this room. That clearly looks like whatever made it did it from below. Then you go up to the 3rd floor. Not much to see up here, except there is a hole in the wall facing the street. Then you go up to the 4th floor. Again, nothing much, no more bodies or anything like that, but you do find, you just realize that there has been a series of holes going the entire length, like above each other, but these look more purposeful. Directly above that long multi-story hole is a burnt black nest of what looks like barbed wire. And then you go up to the roof.
She's looking for a skeleton up here.
There is not one.
And that's when the smile fades out.
Well, you would have remembered that in the story she told, he fell.
True.
Of course, when you were walking around the building, you didn't see one there either. Of course, you didn't see another skeleton in the street either.
Right.
But that one was very
Technically, there
public.
should be 2.
That one was very public, though.
Yeah.
So that one doesn't surprise her as much.
As you were looking, Fleur, roll one more investigation check.
Okay, not a great stat for me. But another natural 16.
Bro, don't waste them.
16?
I don't think I did. Yeah, 16.
That's fair.
Okay.
Save
you're
some
up here
for
on the
later.
roof. You can see the hazy purple mist. It is completely saturated Bannocbourg. It does not appear to be, there does not appear to be any place in the city
That it doesn't touch.
in the main area that
Bang.
it does not reach.
Crazy.
Oh.
Alexa,
I've-
roll one more investigation check for me.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm so good at investigation.
Did you get
Oh
any?
well, when you roll a natural 19, it helps.
How much
so
did you get?
20.
When you were on the 4th floor, there was rubble. There's rubble on every floor. You were
Yeah.
walking up with Fleur. Fleur made a beeline to the roof, like she was excited to see it, right? And you were going up there because you want to scout.
Sure.
But you're looking around, doing your wolf thing, looking around.
Yeah. Looking around.
In the rubble near the stairs that lead up to the roof, something metallic catches your eye.
Walk over to it to try and get a better look.
You dust it off.
It's a can of Pepsi. Oh no.
Yeah.
We're not
To try
sponsored by
this.
Pepsi.
Yeah,
if you would love
sure.
to, Pepsi, please.
Yeah. Pepsi, come play D&D with us.
Your whole company, the entire
Yep.
group.
You guys seen Community?
Bring Cindy Crawford with you.
Subway? This is a dude named
Right.
Subway. Okay. You go over. There is a soot-covered rapier hilt.
So kind of pick it up and
As soon as you touch it and you knock away the soot,
Mhm.
sparkling clean.
oh,
Not fire damaged at all.
I'll kind of walk over to Fleur and
Well, you have to go up to the roof to do that.
I'll kind of start making my way up there and then be like, I know, like she shared some of like the history of the building, but not all of it. And Alexa's like, Fleur's really jazzed about this place. She knows something happened here.
Something really wolf legendary happened here.
And understanding Fleur's the people who raised Fleur.
Yeah, it's basically it's basically like you guys are getting a private tour of the OK Corral.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'll go up there and I'll toss the rapier over to Fleur.
She catches it and looks down at it.
Matches the description.
Can I keep this?
Sure.
She immediately fastens it.
For sake of time.
Did I just give away a really cool magic weapon again?
Fleur, if you would like, you can go ahead and search for to add to your inventory for Reaper.
Oh my god, it's here!
No.
And you can feel free to read the description.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Of course. I just keep handing away all the really cool swords.
Okay. It's in my inventory now. Okay. A magical rapier that once belonged to the infamous drow leader of the Hellhounds, Mace Movir. Legend says that Mace lost Reaper and his life during the fateful duel with the Ashened Wolf himself, Mardigan Gravewalker. Do you want me to read the rest of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Attuning to Reaper allows you to cast the spell Inflict Wounds on any target you successfully hit with an attack with Reaper once you finish a long rest. You have a +1 to attack and damage rolls made with Reaper. It is an uncommon rapier.
Wow.
Wow, that's so cool.
Do you have an attunement slot?
Oh yeah. I only have one thing attuned.
Okay.
It's good for you.
And half elf means you're proficient with rapier, right?
Cleric.
So, That's right. Yeah.
It's just simple weapon, so I'm actually I'm not proficient with it,
Oh,
but
okay.
that's not what she's concerned about right now.
No. You get the feeling that the boss may want that.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked for it.
No joke.
I kind of
Remember,
knows
you're
how
right.
Fleur's like super into this and be like, is that important?
If you do well in this mission, I think you might have bought your way into the thorns with this.
Okay, then just make sure to note then that I was the one that found it and handed it over free of will.
Yes, you
I
did.
thought you guys were going to get it. Nobody was beating the 20.
I think I rolled a 19 then.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys search, you find just to help you out here, there did used to be a basement at one point. Searching this out, especially Tristan and Darius would be able to kind of put together what happened. Clearly there was not just a fire here, but a pretty big explosion that happened in the basement of this building, tilting it off its foundation, and causing portions of it to collapse and burn. The basement that the explosion occurred in is sealed off. That it is completely collapsed. If you took the time and effort to get down in there, you probably could, but you're not sure how worth it would be.
And they
But
also collapsed the building.
There is a roof. There is a roof. The floor is at a slight, maybe 20-degree angle, 15-degree angle. It's not going to be comfortable in here. There's rubble. There's dead guys.
Sweet. So we're staying in Detroit.
Yeah, pretty much. It's okay. I moved to Memphis.
Oh man.
Yeah. You guys seen RoboCop? Anyway,
They
all
just
right.
shot Detroit.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want to do? Okay, so it's about at this point, it's about 5 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
I have a theory I want to test out, and she will actually speak out loud at this point, kind of having secured, made sure that there's nobody around. Just a theory. Darius, can you touch your toes for me?
I mean, I probably could, but
Do it.
why?
Do you do it, or do you refuse?
He's genuinely curious. Like, why?
So the moment you don't immediately answer that, Darius. There we go. You take 11 psychic damage.
Oh,
Ouch.
so Darius kind of looks at you and says, "Why?" And then
Darius, do
"Oh."
you touch your toes?
His head hurts, and he's really curious about why his head hurts, and he's thinking to what
You take
what
7
is-
more psychic damage.
Ow!
Oh my god.
What is going? What?
Do you touch your toes?
If somebody encourages me to touch my toes, probably. He's just really confused right now.
You take 8 more psychic damage.
Ow! What is?
Oh my
this?
god, touch your toes already.
touch your
Okay. So he reaches down and touches his toes.
It stops.
What?
Pain stops.
Probably some blood trickling from his nose at this
Yep.
point.
Yeah.
His ear.
Yeah. Okay. So that's
What?
was I didn't. First off, sorry.
What was that?
Fleur comes over.
Testing.
She like
testing.
grabs gauze and starts to clean up the blood off of
Q-tip.
Darius.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna swab you here a little
my
bit.
guess is that's my guess is that is the pink fog or the purple fog. That's how they control their slaves.
That's diabolical.
How bad did that hurt your head just now?
A lot.
It was
That-
like an ice
that-
pick.
Yeah.
Like somebody
like
stabbed you in the brain with an ice pick.
I've been hitting the head a lot.
I was about to say, you're made of tougher stuff. I don't think a commoner would have survived that.
that was not on the outside of my head. That was inside of my head.
I mean, my god, it caused you to... I mean, she shows him, like, the thing of gauze and how much blood came out of his ear.
Now,
Wow.
tangent there.
Yeah,
during
you're
that
there.
ti- okay.
Not breathing.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I suddenly breathe.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. I stink at that, but
I'm watching if there's a telltale sign after he either makes it or he
18.
doesn't.
Okay.
Anyway, I said I think I need to breathe before I have to while we're in a safe place instead of doing this elsewhere. I'd rather have a controlled environment.
I rolled a 23.
Why?
Oh, just I was
Just
looking
me.
for any kind of
Oh,
chip
okay. I
those
think
perception,
wisdom saving throw is
yes.
like you already passed.
No.
You don't see anything.
So there's no marker of it.
It smells very good, Tristan. Or
All right.
keep
First
saying
I'm
that,
gonna
sorry.
try-
You
I'm
guys
gonna
stop. You both pick T names. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry. Tangent. It smells very good.
Okay. I'm going to do an
Hey,
identify
by the way, I
spell.
found a way to get Tangent to stop talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Well, now that cat's out of the bag.
I just had to nuke a city with a
Yeah,
biological weapon or whatever.
Biological. So, so first I'm going to do an identify spell.
Okay.
I'm going to do it ritually, but
Yeah. So while he's doing that, I'll speak. Well, I definitely breathed it in. And
right.
Alexa, jump.
Oh no.
Can you jump?
No.
Nothing.
You
Now,
must
hang
have
on.
resisted it.
Yes, and I felt on our way here that mentally I was able to keep something out.
It's still there. You can still feel it. Like it wants to get in.
I can still feel it.
Fascinating.
I have a question.
Do I feel any of that?
Now that she mentions it, yeah.
Okay.
And Tangent, so do you. I have a question, Tangent.
Mm-hmm.
Does this identify ritual spell require any sort of concentration?
Well, I mean, I see.
Is it
Oh,
a
you
concentration
didn't.
spell?
Oh, no.
It's not a concentration
no.
spell, but
No.
the casting of a spell does require certain levels of
So
concentration.
as soon as you start to concentrate on casting the spell ritually, I'm going to need you to roll another saving throw.
Oh my god.
I'm so happy I did not make a magic character.
Oh, I am so cooked.
Natural 1923.
Okay, you're good. You can cast the spell.
Good. Oh, thank
my
goodness.
gosh.
All right. What do I learn?
So
10 minutes later.
Okay, so it doesn't tell you a name
Okay.
because I get the sense that the name of things like the
Yeah.
name of naming something is more like intuition and things like that. But it does tell you its nature. Okay, so I'm just going to read what I have here.
Okay.
Upon first breathing in the mist, a PC must make a wisdom saving throw. The
What's the
DC of
computer
which
doing
is
here?
based on the concentration of mist in the air. Normal concentration, which is what you have been at this whole time, is a DC 15 wisdom save.
Good gravy.
Medium concentration, DC 20 wisdom save. High concentration, DC 25 wisdom save. Upon failing the saving throw, the PC is compelled to obey all direct orders from all persons not under the effect of the fog.
Oh, God.
Should the PC refuse to obey a direct command while under the effects of the fog, they take 2d8 psychic damage for every attempt to refuse. This damage is potentially lethal.
My god.
Should the PC succeed the saving throw, they are able to resist the compulsion of the fog until their next long rest. However, should the PC continue to breathe in the air and mist after succeeding a save, they must maintain concentration in order to spare themselves from succumbing to the effects of the mist. If they drop this concentration while still breathing in a space permeated with mist, this will force another immediate saving throw. If the PC is in combat while this concentration is dropped, and they succeed on the saving throw, they do not have to maintain concentration to stop the effect until the beginning of their next turn, allowing them to use concentration
Great.
on a different ability or spell.
Oh my gosh.
Well, now we know why no one's ever been able to get out.
There goes my cool ass spells.
Well, you can do them. You just got roll them dice, baby.
Okay. I want to try something then.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, just so for future notes here, Fleur, you always have advantage on that check because it is a charmed effect.
I'm half
Go
elf.
ahead.
All right.
And-
I would like to experiment and see if I cast a dispel magic, will that remove it completely? Or just temporarily since we're continuing to breathe it? That is the question.
Yeah. Go ahead and cast it.
Now, do I have to take another roll? I have to do another saving throw to do
Unless
it.
you do a spell slot.
I'll do a spell slot. No, this one has to be
Spell
a spell
magic
slot.
is not a concentration spell.
No, this one has to be. This is just a spell slot. So, yeah, it's not
Okay.
concentration.
Then yeah, you can just cast it.
Okay.
Um,
I'll try
yeah.
casting it. Now, who's under effect right now? It seems to be.
We know that Darius is under effect.
Both dwarves are under the effects.
All right. Well, now who took Tristan? That was you who took all the damage. Or no, that was
did.
Darius. I don't know if I
Yeah.
want to experiment on you anymore. Right now.
If it'll help get rid of this, I'm all for the
Yeah,
experiment.
we should try Tristan.
Yeah, let's try Tristan instead. Just because he hasn't been damaged like you are. I don't want to kill you. That would be
I mean, I don't want to.
horrible.
All
right.
Fleur leans into Darius and says, I'm not going to make you do anything against your will, I promise.
Just something simple and try to resist it, okay, Tristan? Don't do what he says. Or what? Okay. Fleur, you're gonna. I think I'm okay, but Fleur,
Hey,
you
clean
know
my
you're good.
rifle. No.
Okay, ready?
Well,
So try to resist. Try to.
it
Okay,
was
so
it was Alexa that told me to touch my toes. So
Mm-hmm.
all right. So I'm gonna cast. That's a 3rd level spell. I'll use a slot and cast a spell magic on Tristan.
Nothing happens.
Okay, that I can tell. I mean, how do we know? I mean, you can.
Now
I can
read
tell.
the spell. This is what Dispel Magic says.
I
Choose
see.
one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends.
For 4th level or higher.
Oh my god.
So I can roll if there's a DC.
You can roll a DC.
Okay, crap.
We are learning
Shit.
stuff tonight, baby.
Oh man,
This is gonna make this really hard.
So
This
that
just
would
cranks
be.
the difficulty up.
This would be a DC plus my spell. So
Only
what
the
that-
people not under the effects can speak to anyone.
So what would I roll?
Oh,
What would I add? Die 20 and
another
add.
thing okay, there's one more thing you did know from the identify that I forgot to mention, but I'll do it after you do this. Go ahead.
Okay, what do I need? What would be my bonus on this? +5, just intelligence, or
Yeah, let's say it's intelligence.
Well, I'm proficient. I'm proficient.
It works the
proficient-
same as a counter
using,
spell.
yeah, using your spellcast ability.
Oh, okay, spellcasting ability. Which really?
It works. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. So let's
Yeah.
try it. I rolled a natural 1. Can you believe a 10? I am having a
Nope.
great day. That's the second natural
Well,
one I
it
rolled.
would just be your intelligence modifier, not.
Oh,
not-
well, okay. So
you don't
it's a
have
6.
proficiency with it
Oh, because okay, so it'd just be the spell.
It's
casting
counter
modifier.
spell.
because the DC is
So it'd be
10
plus
plus the
4.
level of the spell.
Right, got
It'd
it.
be +4.
Yep. So doesn't matter. I
Roll
didn't
the
do it either
5.
way. Yeah.
No,
So
he's
4th
still on
level spell is causing this.
No, or higher.
As you think about it more, kind
Uh,
of spinning the information in your head of what the nature of this spell,
Yeah, this has to be a higher
you're
level
pretty
spell.
certain drow are immune.
So this is an incredibly specific.
Tangent. Normally, you're kind of all over the place, but this,
Yeah.
you have focused in on this problem.
I've had to do this. Yeah,
You are thinking about this because this is this is like
it's
this is your bread and butter.
it's yeah, but it's also inhibiting my freedom, and
Yes.
that really bugs
And-
me.
Tangent. There's no doubt in your head. This is 9th level magic, all the way.
Holy crap! Well,
so
This is honestly.
How are we gonna do this?
If somebody had theoretically invented this spell and just put it on paper, they would be considered a flippin' genius. I mean, this is there. You have you're horrified by it. You are disgusted
Aw.
by it, but you
Yeah.
also can appreciate the fact that this is a level of magical brilliance that has rarely been seen.
so
Whoever did this
We're-
is an incredible wizard.
great.
Tomorrow
This
we're
is
going
Manhattan Project level
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
wizardry right here.
Tomorrow, the people who are unable to resist the spell will need to go as slaves. Otherwise, the illusion will be broken quickly.
well, how much longer do we have the illusion?
Well, we only have the illusion for 8 hours until
The
we
next
take
dawn.
a rest, and
Till
then
the
we
next
can
day.
redo it
Okay.
again.
What was the other thing you were going to tell me about the identify?
It
Oh,
was
the drow are immune.
Drow immune. Okay, drow. Okay, sorry, drow word.
So what are the asking the magical people in the
Huh.
room here? What are the realistic chances of actually like undoing this?
We would
Is
need
this-
to be away from it. I'm sure of it. Because
No, I
even
mean,
if even
no,
if
you
No,
you
turning it
misunder-
off, I think is
you
what he's asking.
misunderstand me.
Yeah, turn it off. You know.
I mean, ending this, not the effects that's currently on me or maybe Tristan. I mean, ending this,
so,
setting these people free.
it
Stopping the
was
source?
pouring out of those smokestacks.
Noticed?
From below.
We will have to find where it is being manufactured and destroy that.
What do you suppose the
Tangent?
odds of us actually being able to do that is?
Tangent.
And surviving?
Roll
Not well.
roll
not
an
high.
roll an intelligence check.
I'm not saying it's not worthwhile,
20.
but we do have a
So-
couple of things that we must get
accomplish before we try.
As you're thinking about that, you remember something you gleaned that you deduced earlier. And I'm going to read it again.
Okay.
This creation would not only require very high-level spellcraft, but also exceptionally detailed alchemical expertise and apparatus that would allow the mist to not only be generated on an industrial level, but to even potentially be modified to the whims of whoever is controlling its production. And it's that last sentence that sticks out in your mind, that last phrase, potentially be modified to the whims of whoever is controlling its production.
So
you're pretty sure, you're not sure if you could do it, but you're pretty sure that this stuff could be changed to do other things.
We cannot be found out.
Yeah. And turning off would be a good goal, but it's also not the mission we were hired to do. Trust me, Darius, I would desperately love to help all the people in the city, but I do not think that is in our capabilities, especially with everything that has just come to light in the last minute. We really need to figure out who this Augur is, because I have a feeling that whoever it is the one that's producing the mist.
Well, the thing that I'm worried about is we have to be very careful just
Yes.
ordering each other about. We accidentally could very much hurt them.
Well, okay, but you remember that if you are under the effect and you order somebody, it doesn't work.
It doesn't do anything. Yeah.
It's only for those who are
it has
not
to be
under
somebody.
effects.
The order has to be from someone who is not being
Under the
affected
effect,
by
right?
this.
Which is just amazing magic too.
And is it a re-roll every morning, or if you're under the effect,
it's
you're
one
under
roll
the
a day,
effect?
unless you drop concentration.
Okay.
Now, for the fighters and stuff like that, that's not going to be a problem.
Right.
But for the spellcasters, that's going to be a major problem.
So do Cody and I get a retry in the morning, or are we?
I'll get a retry in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, just every morning we'll have to kind of test each other to see who's succeeded or failed resisting, maybe. And then those are the people.
Is there a way?
I'm sorry, did the middle of my sentence interrupt the beginning of yours?
And he just goes, "Shut up!" And he goes,
"Okay."
No, sorry, Tristan. Speak.
Well, speak now.
Well, I mean, I guess
it's better.
This is for Jared. So is it like without somebody testing somebody else? Is there a way just to understand that you're being affected by it?
It's passive. So what you're getting, and Tristan, you're not the most investigative person, but you're very, you have a certain level of wisdom and street smarts and kind of instinct. You're picking up, especially considering your family's history in politics and ruling, helping assisting to rule Dur Ramath. This is population control on an industrial scale. Yeah. So what I mean, like, they are generating this in order to create a
perfect populace,
a perfect slave labor force that literally cannot rebel. And if they do rebel, so you get the thought, what happens if you get ordered to stop breathing?
Right.
Immediate pacification.
6 of one and half a dozen of the other.
But here's the thing. While you're considering this and talking about this tangent, it's not the way it's spread and how aggressive it is, and like you're looking at the mist and like how it's like almost like invasively coming into rooms, not just drifting or wafting like natural air current and so something like that. You've seen another spell
similar to that, huh? what, like cloud kill or?
Cloud kill.
Yeah.
In fact, it wouldn't be a stretch to have as an operating theory that this might be a giant
Modified.
industrial modified cloud kill.
Even plugging up the source of it is really, it might lower the density.
And these,
But-
like I said, these holes that are pumping it out, some of them are like the size of a city block.
So they're like purple wormholes that they use to. Okay.
Yep.
So unless we could get to the point of where this factory is or whatever,
Which is
Yeah.
clearly beneath you guys.
right?
It's
And-
not in Bannocbourg.
And it would be the highest of concentration, and we'd be the least likely. Like, it's almost the perfect system.
So Darius will look at Fleur and be like, perhaps our employer back home might want to know about this.
I was just thinking that I will let him know before we go to bed. I don't want to gas myself in terms of my spellcasting capabilities. I'm sorry, it's a terrible plan. I shouldn't have said it.
Darius doesn't laugh.
No, he gets it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you guys you guys are in the red zone now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta try an experiment here. If I do, I find a piece of metal. Is there a piece of metal around?
Oh yeah, you could find like a rebar or something like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
a piece of rebar, and do shocking grasp on it. And I want to see do I smell any of the gas being consumed?
Oh, are you
the
checking to see if
electricity.
it's flammable?
Yeah. I mean, we'll find out if I explode.
Oh
stand
my!
back. Yeah.
Do you know what
imagine
do you know what a particulate explosion is?
No, but I can't imagine if there was.
It's not.
If this is explosive, every time there's a spark,
It's not.
accidentally, it would.
It's
Yeah.
inert.
The whole thing would
We
explode.
would have seen like fires and potentially
Yeah.
lanterns
This
around
thing,
the city.
this thing isn't a natural.
already.
I mean, the more and more you look at it, this is not a naturally occurring phenomenon. This was created. This was designed. It was engineered.
Okay.
This
Let's-
is purposeful. Somebody made this stuff.
Okay. Cody, this is Tristan, breathe out as hard as you can and empty your lungs, and let me know when you're right at the end.
Okay, I do it.
I'm gonna cast.
Well, he has to.
I know.
Yeah.
I know you have to. Oh yeah, he's a perfect experiment guy. I cast prestidigitation and clean the 1 foot soil of air around it, and see if I can get. Get rid of it, and then you can breathe. I say, go breathe normally,
Okay.
and see if that.
You get the sense that might work, but he's already under the effects.
Okay. Well, I can't cast prestidigitation every moment to clean
Right.
the air. Yeah.
So
And
something
Darius, one of the things I wanted to clarify is that I only have 25 words every time I use that particular spell, and I've already used 3
I know.
of them just to get us into this city. So all I have left is 5 more for the day.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So that's why I need to wait until the end of the day, because that also takes away from whatever capabilities of protecting us or casting spells would be. So that's why I have to wait until tonight, but contacting Fenwick is at the top of my mind.
Yeah.
If I
might-
can even successfully connect with him.
Yeah, that's the
I
other
tried
thing.
I tried to connect with Cal before we left, and I was unsuccessful. I was unable to reach him.
So what does that mean exactly?
And
So
we
you
did.
would remember, Fleur. That spell should work even if they were on another plane of existence.
Right.
But
And we did get confirmation that he was alive.
yes, Sephiroth would know.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I have an in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the sense, because you've had it happen before. Something blocked it, like a
Yeah.
private sanctum. Something. Something stopped it from getting out, from getting in.
So this mist stuff affects magical things, right?
Maybe.
Well, the effects are
potentially.
magical.
The effects of it. So we I kind of want to try something, but I don't know if in here is the right place.
What are you thinking of trying?
I want to try to go giant just to make sure that it's not affected.
So you can go outside in the alleyway.
Yeah,
There's an alley behind it.
yeah, but outside, I'm not sure.
Okay, you can go to one of the other dozen abandoned buildings.
That's fair if they are abandoned. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some there doesn't seem to be too many occupied on this street.
Okay.
Like this was a poor section of the city before this happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go over just for sake of time.
Yeah.
You go over. It breaks
Burn
the
a-
illusion.
Giant's might. Okay.
You don't look like a drow. You don't look like a giant
Right.
drow.
Right.
But it does work.
Okay, good. Because it says you
not that mean.
magically gain the following benefits, and so I just wanted to make sure that wasn't affected by that. So, okay.
No.
So he
It
comes.
seems to be psionic in nature, compelling. It makes actually, as you think about it, it makes sense that if they have enslaved warriors, they would still want them to be combat effective.
Right. Makes sense. Okay. So he comes back in and it's like it's fine.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. I don't look like this anymore when I do that. Just FYI.
It's okay. I think we are going to be relaxing for the rest of the evening,
Yeah.
kind of laying low.
But as somebody said, when it comes to tomorrow,
Yeah.
if
do we-
you need somebody acting like a slave, I can do that.
Unfortunately, yeah, I know you have a lot of experience.
Yeah, well, if it'll help, I can do that.
We just need to be very careful. We definitely need the people who are unable to resist it for the day to appear more slave-like than drow. Because it
Can
would
I
be
can
very...
can I control how I look with this thing, or is it
Not really.
kind of a already designated
No,
disguise?
it's kind of like the disguise self spell in Baldur's Gate 3. You get what you get.
Okay.
So I don't mind handing my axe, handing Pappy to somebody nearby, but when it comes
Well,
to
I mean,
like,
ultimately, you could be slave guards, compelled
Right.
to do our will.
that could work, because I really don't want to lose my armor if I can
Yeah.
help it. So
But, I mean, rest assured I could...
Nothing else magical on your person or anything like that. Nothing else. Nothing else magical on your person, your armor, your weapons. None of that seems to be affected by whatever this is. It is
Right.
specifically affecting you mentally.
right, I just
And
don't want to
making
take
you-
the
yeah.
I just don't want to take the armor off for very
Yeah,
specific
sure.
reasons.
Okay. Yeah,
Not just my AC.
Making sure you guys know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to do anything for the rest of the day? You still have a couple hours of daylight
Not
left.
necessarily, but I think our first point for tomorrow is we should try and make our way into the Undercity. It's quite obvious that I don't think anything of importance really happens above here in formerly Bannocbourg.
No, we need to talk. We need to talk strategies and make some plans. Obviously, I would expect Kalzen to be held in some sort of prison. As for the secondary, or rather, I suppose it's actually the primary reason we are here is to understand what is happening to the drow that all of a sudden they are beginning to expand outward. Why is war imminent? Why are they starting to do this?
And we need to figure out who this Augur character is.
I think the two are related.
Probably.
That would make sense.
Hey, Darius, would you mind making some dinner?
I can cook.
Thank you for phrasing it as a question.
Hope you like it when it tastes like lavender, citrus, and eucalyptus.
Right.
This burrito tastes funny. Tastes like soap.
Could you clean my boots? No.
All right, you're saying we can? I can tell though. I have the stuff in me,
That's
even though I'm
real
not
funny.
affected. Right? I can feel it kind of like its
You can
presence.
feel you're having to subconsciously keep it at bay. But
Okay, and any
the
concentration.
idea here is that you're having to do that because you are continually breathing this. This is your oxygen.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's coming in and going out, and
Okay.
coming in and coming out. But
I'm
you
gonna-
have maintained enough mental discipline to keep it out of your cerebral cortex.
I'm gonna do an experiment here and tell everybody I'm gonna hold my breath for a while and I see how long it takes. If it does, it means I won't be talking for a while, which I know that it disappoints you all. But
Yeah, real shame.
if I don't, I want to see if I can pay attention to how long it takes to clear my system.
Now that one does work.
Okay, I just want to get an idea of like a time.
It takes about an hour.
Wow.
Okay,
1 hour.
So okay. Okay, so
Wow.
we know more than we did before.
You are incredibly intelligent. Well played.
Okay,
Well, so at the very least-
so Darius is making dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to know that if we do manage to get captured, Tangent can stop breathing for an hour, and we may have someone who may be able to magically force an escape that they might not be expecting.
Even the even the best made brick walls have seams in it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I doubt they have very many Eric Ganassi as residents here, and they probably believe in the infallibility of this miasma, as it were. That's probably actually a really good name for it.
The miasma.
I've got miasma. I need my inhaler.
Tangent. I do not
Stop
want
talking.
to.
No.
I do not want to waste
Oh,
resources.
but I'm sorry, I forgot. Tangent.
I need to
You gotta reroll.
I know.
Oh my.
It's wisdom, right?
Yep.
19.
Yep, you're good.
Dang it. Okay, fine.
Then you can tell me to shut up.
I do not.
But then I
I do
can't.
not-
Oh, anyway.
I do not wish to waste any resources, but do you think my Greater Restoration spell would be able to lift any
Ah.
of these effects?
That's a excellent idea.
Again, I wish not to
I agree.
waste it.
Greater Restoration is a very powerful spell. And I understand.
Yeah,
So-
you get the sense that that's got a shot at working, and
Yeah.
and because the spell is, that's a mid-level spell, pretty powerful.
It is.
That it might offer
A time.
some inoculation for a
Yeah.
time.
How
Well,
long?
you
is the
could-
question.
You should use it on yourself then, if that prevents. So that it would allow you to do concentration spells. If that
Oh.
does work.
That
Because-
is intriguing. It
Because-
costs me 100 gold pieces worth of diamonds to cast it.
Which also takes away your ability to raise dead, right?
Only
Well,
we had a
raised
Titanic
dead is
store.
300 gold.
Or well,
Or we were walking around with friggin' knocks in our pocket.
yeah, but not diamonds.
But I only have like, I want to say it's like 900 gold and
Yeah,
diamonds.
you have
Yeah,
about
it's-
a little less than a
Oh wait,
thousand.
no. Hang on, no. I'm
Revivify
sorry.
is 300.
Yeah.
I got a 600 from Kethid, and then there was a 500.
Yeah, so you have 11.
So I actually have 1100.
But that's only 2 diamonds, or is
Yeah.
that?
That's
Yeah.
no. It's
Oh, it's a whole bunch of
multiple.
them.
It's
Got it.
smaller diamonds. It's just the gold value worth of them to cast those spells.
So it's a good option, and we should definitely exercise it as needed, but not something we should be banking on necessarily in
Yeah.
kind of our probing. So, what? Sleep tonight, and then tomorrow try to make it to the Undercity, and try to gain more information about this ogre and potential, I don't know, political prisons.
Yeah.
A lot of things might make more sense as we also descend into the Undercity. We might see where this miasma is being produced.
So
My one concern.
Silence. No.
No, you didn't say. Don't
Speak
say that.
freely.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know what's come over me. I just really enjoyed
power.
Jump on one foot.
Dwarves remember. All right.
Kidding.
So, my concern is that slavers like trophies.
Yeah.
That's your point.
Flavors, like trophies.
And if they tell us to let you go when we're under the influence, then we have to obey.
No, that's more
What do
of
you
that's more of a reference to Cal.
Yeah.
That's my fear. Cal's in.
How's that? Oh,
He is a trophy.
The whole reason we're here.
got it.
Especially whatever this nonsense is that Galron was able to. Oh, I need to tell you a story, and she goes in and tells them about the conversation with Galron the Houseless.
Wow.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
So you got the sense from that story, for now that she's retelling it, or like that interaction, you get the sense that House Mardoir isn't doing very well.
No.
Yeah, you think?
And hasn't seemed to have been doing well for a very long time.
House Mardoir is also one of the lesser houses.
Well, you did pick up on something you heard him say. He said...
Was that all in common, or was
I can't remember if he said it the 10th or the lowest, but anyway, he said something equivalent to the lowest ranking grand house.
Yeah.
So you get the sense that Mardoir is.
still-
You got the sense that there is a group of grand drow houses, and Mardoir is one of them, but at the bottom.
The worst of the best.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
That was an
just
undercommon
potentially.
conversation.
And you also remember the name and how he acted, Mar Mayend.
So potentially that might be a way for us to infiltrate if we approach this grand house looking to maybe gain membership. We might be able to find information through them.
It's true. Although I shouldn't use the name that I gave.
Yes.
Why not?
Well,
The House of Malkiotlar and the House of Mardoir, they did not get along very well, let me tell you.
Oh no! No, they didn't.
Okay.
so a different house name then? Do you know any others?
No. That's why I said it. It's the one that I knew that it would get us in. Or at least be believable.
You heard you heard Oram say that he had never heard of it.
True.
So they might not even exist anymore.
It's possible.
If there was a feud in Mardoir and whatever, they might have eliminated the other house in the upheaval.
So, I don't like this idea. It hurts, but based on past experience, honestly, in a situation like this, the best source of information is gonna be a slave. That whichever one of us are not affected by this fog,
We could interrogate them without.
well, we'd have to tell them not to tell anyone
Well, yeah.
that we did.
Yes, it is true. Otherwise, we inflict pain to the point of them dying.
My worry is we tell somebody not to tell, and they're so under well.
Don't have to exercise that. I suggest we try more traditional methods of information gathering before we try and force it out magically using the miasma to our advantage.
Like I said, I don't like it. I'm just saying it'd be effective.
It's true.
Ultimately, and this might sound a little callous, and I'm sorry for it if it offends you or hurts you, but if it's us or them, I'm always going to choose us.
I get that.
I'm interested to see how quickly one person can intercept another person's command. For instance, you're told to do something bad, and what if we counter that? Those of us say, if we do that within a certain length of time, does it cancel out the first
Delay
one?
that, Dodo.
Yes, ignore that. Or
Let's try it. We have the ability to try that right now.
I just don't know how
Alright.
long it takes. Tristan, do you mind being the guinea pig a little bit?
Fine.
Okay,
Here, touch your toes.
ignore
Delay
that.
that, Dodo.
Yeah, we're both. Wait a minute.
Up to you,
Well, he-
Tristan. You have to see. Here's the thing. You have to choose what to do and what not to do.
Ooh.
Oh,
So
before you know.
which one are you going to do and not do?
Going to not do it.
You got two different commands: one to touch your toes, one to not touch your
Oh, no,
toes.
we might have just killed him.
Yeah.
Fleur's holding her diamonds.
Yeah, I know,
We put a bag of holding in a portable hole.
Yeah.
Which one do you do?
I don't do it.
Nothing happens.
Interest.
Huh?
So, given multiple commands, you could choose the one you have to obey something.
So here, I'm going to tell you to do it again, and then you guys wait a few seconds before you tell him to stop.
Okay, who are you gonna do it, Fleur? I don't want to. I don't want to get away.
And Tristan,
You go ahead. I'm thinking of something.
No,
okay.
if I say, should I say just ignore that previous command? Should I say ignore that? Should I?
We can try both. That's fine.
Okay. I just want to. Okay.
And she kind of like wanders off
Okay. Oh, boy.
to another side of the room. She's just something
thinking-
struck her. She's thinking about something.
Oh, okay.
Tristan, touch your toes.
Ignore that.
Wait.
I counted to
So,
two. I went
To
1,000,
two?
1,002.
Okay,
Yeah.
ignore that.
I said,
okay.
then I said ignore that.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
I'm going to ignore it.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Okay. So as soon as the counter order came through, he was able to ignore it.
Timing can cancel them out. Is what,
Okay.
you're,
Okay.
is what you're getting. Now, you don't know
So-
how long of a gap you have.
Yes.
So it kind of acts like a counter spell
Yeah.
in this case.
Dang it, he's seen my notes.
Oh boy. But that's gonna ban.
That's just the DM that's been DMing for 800 years.
Way too long.
But I had him.
So essentially, that would be a reaction. So we have to.
A reaction to delay.
So you guys do this for sake of time. You guys do this steadily increasing.
Right. Yeah. What
You're able to get you're able to get the delay up to about looks like a round of combat, 6 seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
So- As soon as you try as soon as you hit the 6 second mark, he takes
pain strikes.
the pain.
Got it.
How much damage?
And then if he weren't, there's no, I mean, he would ignore that, or he would say, I'm not going to do that, but it wouldn't, by then it would be just obeying a regular command. So it sounds like that if they get stacked, it is the last command received that has priority.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's good to know. How
Alexa,
long? Oh, go ahead.
So during that experimentation, did Tristan take any damage?
He did. I mean,
We're gonna sleep, so.
he took 13
Ouch.
psychic damage.
Yes, Fleur?
am I right in assuming that you have a bag of holding?
I do.
They have the portable hole.
Well, that too. But
I am aware.
Hmm.
Tangent, what happens if you put one into the other?
What's that?
A
What-
portable hole, handy haversack, or a
Mhm.
bag of holding?
In one inside the other, and
Yes.
yeah, that's the whole.
egg
Bad.
before the chicken? Or-
No, I mean, yeah, that's isn't it the. I don't know if it's. I've never tried it, so it's. But supposedly it's a big. Is
yeah,
it?
Tangent, go ahead and
Uh-huh.
roll an Arcana check.
27.
Yeah, it would almost certainly open up a
Rift.
a rift to the astral plane.
You know, in a pinch, we could
Fleur
create a rift
casts
to the-
sending.
And that
Oh.
would do and in particular a depressurization would occur.
Yeah.
We could
okay.
we could force a vacuum
Fleur, who do you
of
send
all the
to?
miasma.
Fenwick.
What do you say?
Good idea.
In a pinch.
Fenwick, I might need you to help my spell slots out by sending some sendings back to me. We've learned a lot. Can you travel to the astral plane?
This is not what Jared expected.
This will also destroy the bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the
all our
giant
money.
pile of gold, and
Yeah.
maybe-
And
the giant pile
all of our
gold.
riches.
All the
yes.
contents. If it's our
We
only
didn't
bag of
take
holding.
all of it. We got a lot of it, though.
You hear a response back.
Okay.
It seems that whatever was stopping your. By the way, that would mean Cal is not in Bannocbourg. You figure. Because whatever was stopping that, either he's in a very secure spot at Bannocbourg or not in Bannocbourg at all.
Correct.
Fleur, that's an odd request. I hope this means you successfully made it into Bannocbourg. Yes, I can travel into the astral plane. Then there's a stop, and then you get another sending.
Okay.
While that would be relatively easy for me to do, unless you have found some magical means to get yourself into the astral plane, that could prove very difficult for you to accomplish, unless you have something figured out.
I'm working on something, but there are two thoughts in my mind. But that's not what's important. I need to tell you about the miasma and why things are happening.
You're gonna
And
make
so-
me look up rules I didn't expect to look up. Hold on.
Well, we can kind of
I can
just.
count.
I don't. Yeah, certainly. I don't mind if he counts, but ultimately, let me cross off my spells.
Well, he's got enough spell slots, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
I'm sure he does.
The gist of it is that I wanna tell him what we've learned and what we've discovered about Anlarin so far. This fog, whatever this stuff is,
Sure.
and that it's being mass produced and pumped into the city.
So what he does is like you start to tell him and you're sending sends
Yeah.
again, says
Yeah.
continue, and
Yeah.
then gives you another 24 words, and then
Right.
continue, gives you another 25 words.
Right.
Okay.
So, however many you think that would take to
It
that
probably it would.
conversation.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, it really doesn't.
You could
Um,
shorthand it. You wouldn't have to do full
right.
I
elaborate
mean,
sentences.
you could probably do it in 50.
Yeah.
There's a magical substance that is populace control,
Right.
forces everyone to do bidding.
Yeah,
Keywords.
it doesn't take many. He doesn't burn too many spell slots
Okay.
getting it to you. He's got them to spare.
With
Okay.
my roll, do I realize that also this
Just
happens?
checking a rule there. Hold on.
It says it says you pops you into a random location. Each creature random, so they're in the astral plane. Does that mean?
So what he tells you is this. He says, "Do you mention the bag of holding plan?"
I mentioned that we have a bag of holding and a portable hole, and I know it's stupid, but it might be a Hail Mary.
He says, first off, that's terrifying. That sounds like something I would have tried when I was still drinking.
Yes.
The problem with it is, it would get you into the astral plane. It wouldn't necessarily get you into where I am in the astral plane. But I might be able to find you.
Might.
The pendant I gave you has a certain signature that I could detect.
My plan is thus. If we were to discover what is needed and locate Cal, we could all get out together out of Bannocbourg using this trick.
Hail Mary.
Or the second option is to have my ghost hand place the portable hole inside of the bag of holding where these chemicals are being sorted and produced, and cause them to be transported into the astral plane and make them no longer able to keep producing it.
Weapon.
Yeah. Either or. Both are good options.
So he says, I wonder if something... You can almost like hear his wheels spinning. And he says, gears churning. Something that can be that created at that level of customization is highly intricate. Too much of one ingredient, you get a different effect. Too little of another, a different effect. You said drow were immune.
Yes.
Change the chemical
That it
balance.
affected everyone but drow.
Make it affect every only drow?
I mean,
But we don't know where it is or how to control it.
That's
Not
the
yet,
problem.
at least.
something about this sounds... And you see him pause, like he's really thinking hard. I mean, you're talking to maybe the single greatest magical mind in Moldaria. And he's you see him like, no, maybe this, no, not that. And I was like, well, what if... Then he pauses and he says, something about this is familiar.
Like the shard? Sorry.
Let me see what I can find out.
Okay.
Okay, have a good night. Goodbye.
If you do try, and he says, if you do try the astral, if you try to yeet yourself into the astral plane, just give me a heads up, and I'll do my best to get you out again.
Thank you. That's all I was wanting to know.
Yeah, and then you get another sending. Fleur, I appreciate the ingenuity, and I'm not saying don't do it. But the last time I went to the astral plane, it very nearly killed me and my friends.
She's just nodding. Like she's receiving these messages magically.
I don't know if he told you what happened, but it was hairy.
I hope we don't have to.
Yeah. He just says, be careful.
It's really bad here.
I'll see what I can figure out about this fog.
Messy.
Okay.
And she then rejoins the group.
You share us what?
She goes,
The whole thing.
Okay.
No, I will share. I will share everything.
Man, I've got a shatter spell. I would love to just cast right in the middle of this whole mechanism.
Yeah,
That'd
mean,
be, but I don't know.
If we could get...
I
my
could
guess-
blight any
Yeah.
ingredients that have to go in.
That's true, man. Who knows what would be controlling? Might be a fungus control.
yeah, because Tangent, you're very versed in spellcraft and
Yep.
things like that. But this would be an undertaking
Yeah.
that would require
A nuke.
Yeah, I mean, many mastery of multiple disciplines, not just casting spells, alchemy,
I wonder.
artificers. I mean, all sorts of things. This is hyper impressive.
I mean, do you think that potentially this is just going out on a limb, but you know, divine help in order to create this?
Or some divine mind or being, or a humongous committee of brilliant people.
Yeah. I'm not one to mess or tangle with the gods, but this is quite the divine level subjugation. But it does sound like if, and the biggest piece of this is if we could get into the area where this is produced, it might not be as hard as we think to shut it down.
Yes.
You turn
True.
one or two levers and all of a sudden it's different.
It wouldn't surprise you, Tangent, if the equipment required to create this stuff wasn't pretty fragile.
It was pretty fragile. And I also wonder if
Sugar,
this could if
some
this was
spice and a little bit of everything nice, and you know.
I wouldn't mind introducing it to Pappy.
Do you think that perhaps this could be the very thing that caused the drow to do what they're doing? What if somebody used something like this on them to control them?
I doubt it was someone controlling them, but I guarantee you they probably only made their move whenever they knew that they had this at their disposal.
As poetic as that would be, Tangent, I just want it gone.
I'm with you. Yes. Taking away somebody's freedom is just the worst.
It's deplorable.
I can agree.
It doesn't need to be in anybody's hands. It just needs to be gone.
Just in case our viewers didn't pick up on it, we are anti-slavery here at the Fireside.
Yes.
Freedom is the only way.
That's right.
Shall we stand?
All right. Is there anything else anybody wants?
America!
All right. Anything else, guys?
If we're just eating dinner, then I'm gonna take out my drinking horn and I'm gonna say merriment.
There you go.
No, double merriment on the rocks.
Yeah.
We
Thanks
have
for Mary
chemicals. We have chemicals in our exposure.
We do?
What in this thing? I wonder what if this alcohol dissolves it?
What does a bean do?
Right, yeah.
No, I was
Throw
thinking.
all the beans at it.
What if I
We
put a
get near
bean-
this thing.
What
You
if I
want to throw
plant a
all the
bean
beans
inside the drinking horn?
Exactly.
Oh
No.
gosh.
Or
We're
inside
gonna
of this, whatever it is.
We
That's
get
spewing
within
chemicals.
sight
All
of
right,
this
all right.
thing.
Here, what if we plant a bean inside my my oh gosh,
I'm just
my
saying.
bag of holding, and then we
Yeah.
throw the bag of holding into the portable hole, and then no.
I'm just saying. I've already
Can-
said it. The street outside is dirt.
Right.
Yeah. We need 1 minute
Hey,
and some
hey,
dirt and
Hey
water.
Alexa,
And we're
what
all
do you
set.
what do you suppose would happen if we loaded your rifle with one of these beans?
It would probably blow it up. Just saying.
What, did not they bean shoot though?
Does it
No.
specify that it has to be in the ground and not a person?
No, well,
Oh my gosh.
it says from the ground from where it was planted.
Okay.
Yeah, shoot.
Well, I mean,
That's the plan.
what is
Shoot.
the ground except for
Yeah,
a person that's
Has to be dirt.
Fertile soil?
we all become the dirt as we pass on. It's
I'll
called the
rule
circle
it's
of
dirt.
life.
What
Just
if
planted in dirt.
it's in with the casing? You could mix it with some
I
I
primel.
never should have
I mean,
given you guys this thing.
I have the
That was a
stuff
mistake.
to make more.
Whoa! Hold on. Did we cause you to regret something finally?
Yes, I finally regret it. I regret everything.
Well, we saw him regret as soon as he realized what we were trying to do with the astral plane. He was like,
Crap.
Oh,
the exit plane. I didn't expect that one.
All right. So unless anybody wants to do anything else, we can take a long rest.
yes, please.
Yeah, let's get moving.
Eh,
Where to? I'm not sure.
Well, Fleur would take the time gathered around the campfire, so to speak, to tell them the story of the Rodent's Tower.
And what happened. So the sense that you would get is from the story is that Bannocbourg is where Mardigan and Rabbit met.
Mhm.
There was a group of legendary thieves in Bannocbourg called infamous thieves and killers called the Hellhounds, led by one Mace Mouvir that was sent by the Countess Zarda Kiltlar to kill Rabbit because she stole something. And Mardigan got involved, and the fateful final battle took place here at the Rodent's Tower. And Mardigan, with a little bit of help from Rek and Rabbit, managed to kill all 5 Hellhounds, including Mace Mouvir himself.
So the legend says.
So the legend says.
So the legend proves. Alexa will kind of gesture to everything that we saw.
Well, there were 5 Hellhounds. You found 3 skeletons.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm modifying my spells to get rid of my concentration spells for the most part.
I'm just saying. Hey, I'm just saying
Smart.
though. Just wanted to
Yeah.
point something out to Brendan in case he wants to do something. I mean, if you wanted to.
I was doing the
You do have Speak with Dead.
With the skeleton?
Shut up.
or with the hellhound. Oh, it's got the you got the
And you
person that
got
was
3
killed.
Hellhounds.
Yeah, you got the
Shut
person
up.
killed.
Dude.
Huh? Where's that button? The holding the red button? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't have it selected, but I could select it for the next day.
We'll see. Maybe come back next week. You get to talk to a Hellhound.
No, but that would be an interesting
Yeah.
spell to have on me. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some spell work here.
Okay.
Just want to point out the number of cough drops I've gone through this session.
Jeez.
my word.
Oh
Okay.
my
Buddy.
word.
It's
Oh,
not everybody, I
buddy.
promise. Okay, all right. So first things first. Everybody take a long rest.
Yep,
Got it.
did it.
Oh lordy, here we go.
Okay.
Roll.
Now I need everybody, including Tangent, because
Yep.
you were unconscious, sleeping. Okay. Everybody make a wisdom saving throw. It is a normal concentration, so you have to beat a 15.
Well, I want to try it digitally. I didn't
Oh.
have much fun with the
19.
16, 17.
17. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
I got a 20.
Oh,
Okay.
I just hit 15.
And so what? Oh wow.
Yeah, baby.
Shut up.
And
Go.
Fleur, you get advantage.
I rolled 19.
19.
Yep.
Jeff,
17.
Oh.
you all beat it.
Yes.
So, but if we, what triggers it for me will be a concentration spell, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And same for Fleur.
Yep.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
no.
Yep.
So you go deeper.
Dang it. I
Okay.
wanted to use
Decide-
holy weapon.
I
You
know.
basically just decide that, listen, we got to get out there. We got to start getting
Start
info.
recon. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're going along. You go toward the more populated section of the city. It seems like things are nicer. Yes.
But not nice.
Am I in slave mode or am I in drow mode?
Well, you're not under the effects.
You're
It's up
not
to
on the
you.
effects. Go.
No,
Go.
I understand
Go
that.
drow. Go drow.
So okay,
You
Yeah.
can go draw.
we discussed that the night before.
Yeah.
So
So you
alright.
move closer to the center of the city,
Okay.
near the docks, getting closer to the docks. If you remember, for those of you who have been to Bannocbourg before in the Nominal Tales, in the center of the bay that make up the docks in the kind of north western section of the city, there is an island that was largely a park before, with a bridge leading over the water to it, a footbridge. The footbridge is still there, the island is still there, but the park is gone. And now on that island, there seems to be some sort of large, well-maintained structure. You talk a little bit. It is the auction house
Oh.
where slaves are bought and sold. The docks have largely, you see all sorts of people coming in until you're trying to get people to talk to you. You talk to a few drow commoners, basically, and they are very quick to answer your questions. They don't really seem to have too much information. You're leaning more and more towards the idea that Darius had to corner a slave, and you're kind of debating that as a group. While you're doing that, over to your right, you see a group of slaves being offloaded from a ship, and they are being brought down the gangway towards an officious-looking drow with a clipboard, checking them. And then as you're watching, you notice that some of them are, all of them seems to be breathing heavily. They're all sucking this in. They're testing each one of them, giving a command. If they do not either react in pain, they ask them to do something impossible, like touch your left elbow with your left hand. And if they can't do it, they wait for them to get pain to prove that they're under the effects, right? If they do not, you see the officious looking drow look over to a guard and say, "Do it," and he pulls out like a canister and sprays it in their face.
Higher concentration.
They have mace.
Yeah. and you're freaked out by that. But Fleur, you're looking over, watching this. You got the rest of you are talking. It's like, we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to get a slave. We don't have any other choice. Nobody knows anything. Something niggling at the back of your head as you're watching this interaction, and then you hear the guard make a joke, or you hear the guard make a joke. The officious looking drow says nothing, doesn't laugh or anything, and the guard says, you hear the guard clearly say, "Oh, come on, Quincy, you're just not fun."
Quincy.
Wow.
And then it clicks who you're looking at.
Because I've heard the story. Fleur looks at the rest of them and says, in a low voice, because she has to speak in common so everyone will understand her, I found out Talget. And don't worry, he's not a slave.
And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh,
man.
So we're in a mess, and let's figure this out. Huh?
Yeah, now I know why Jared was so happy to just give us everything ever magical item and stuff, because it doesn't matter. The big bad boss.
Well,
I hope you guys had fun. We had a blast playing. We're going to call it a night here so some of us can get some well-deserved sleep. And then we will see you next time. But don't worry. We'll save you a seat by the fire.
Yay.